Enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
And we get to do it again.
On Thursday.
Is it Thursday already?
Yeah, that kind of kicks ass. I was thinking that. I rationalize the days of the week all the time.
Yeah.
And this time I was like, it's Wednesday. This was yesterday. I go, now tomorrow, I'll be able to say tomorrow's Friday. And now look, tomorrow's Friday. We should... by the way, it's Tinny again.
I know.
I don't like the sounds here on the Opie and Chop Meat show.
It's chop
Yeah, we're going to
meat.
talk about chop meat in a second.
Chop meat.
Oh, I got something else about chop meat that you're going to enjoy.
Yes.
I'm surprised you haven't noticed yet.
The fact that he went tanning last night on Venus.
All right, you did notice.
Of course
Good.
I did. I wanted to say, are you sick, red face? Me smoke him.
Oh, yes. I might have had a cocktail or two.
Looks like someone might have passed out in their backyard yesterday.
We need that button pushed, I think.
Yeah, whatever button. It does sound
what button
tinny.
was it yesterday?
Yeah, Mars has the secret button that takes the tinny sound out of the...
I don't think he's got it in him today.
Oh, boy, he's...
Oh, no.
Mars.
Is that better?
That's better.
Yeah, it's better.
All right, let me see.
I liked it the other way.
No, that's good. Ew, the other way sucked.
Yeah, I like it this
No,
way.
this is...
this is tinny.
I like this
That's
one.
horrible.
All right, let's broadcast.
I don't like this.
What? This one?
I refuse.
This is much better.
No.
Yeah, that's
this
much
one
better.
Over here. I like
No
this.
good.
What?
That one's good.
This?
Does someone have a sledgehammer? I just want to hit... Not the board. I just want to hit Opie's fingers with it.
How about this? Well, let's do a hearing test. This
Beep.
or this?
Beep.
Oh, yeah,
No.
What?
That's the one we need.
Yeah, Jimmy, why don't you ask Anthony to show off his early summer tan?
I saw. I kept looking at
No,
Anthony,
you haven't seen it.
and I'm
yet.
like, is that red? It looks because Anthony has a hat on, so you can't tell if it's a shadow. But his little red face.
Yes.
I just want to put a little lotion on and then slap it on you.
Jimmy, it's not a red face. It's half a red face.
Yeah, I got Close Encounters red face. I got where...
Yeah, why don't you turn more to...
That's it.
See,
there's not much on the other side.
see, this side is pretty red.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And like, I went home yesterday, and what a beautiful day here in New York yesterday. It was amazing. The first really nice day we've had in quite a while. It's been rainy or cold or just shit weather. And get home, it's really nice out. So I got these big, cushy lounge chairs for the backyard. And I was finally able to go into the cabana and take the cushions out. And the cushions are like friggin', they're about a foot deep, these things. Very soft, very nice. So I lay down, and I put my iPod on, and just out. And I guess about 2 hours later, Keith the cop and the pool guy come over to discuss more of the opening of my pool, which is bigger than a Broadway opening for a show.
What happened?
I don't know. At this point, I just told the guy, I go, look,
It's not like it's going to be a good day or anything today.
I'm putting
so.
water in it. I'm putting water. I'm starting to put water in it now.
What is the delay? Today is a perfect day to go swimming in your pool.
Exactly.
It's going to be, I think, mid-80s here in New York
Here
City.
was the problem. When they installed the marble coat, that marble dusting coat on the gunite, which is cement in a built-in pool. I don't have a liner. I have an actual old-school cement pond. Mm-hmm. And they put that in. Somehow, whether when they mixed it or whatever the fuck they did, it wasn't all one color. It looks blotchy. And it's a new pool, shouldn't look blotchy. It's supposed to be like a light gray bottom, and there's some white spots, and it just looks blotchy. I don't want that. It's a new pool. I want it to look nice. So we talked to the pool guy that did the installation, and it's just been a runaround since the beginning of April when I wanted to have it open. Started at the beginning of April. We're now coming to the end of May, and still, what the fuck? So yesterday I just said, look, it's getting too close to the season. Fill this fucking thing up, hook up the equipment, and open it. I go, but at the end of the season, coming back and re-fucking marble dusting it.
That's exactly what they wanted to hear from
you. You know what, though? I know. You're probably right, but I'm not going to sit here.
That's exactly what they
and
wanted
wait.
to hear.
What am I going to do?
They held out long enough knowing eventually you would be frustrated and say, just open up the pool because you're seeing the weather, you're seeing the 5-day forecast. They win. Yep. They win, my friend. Well, and then at the end of the year, guess what? They're going to go away again because you paid them all their money, too.
It's already been, you know something?
It's all paid for, right?
The date is already set.
Always hold
when they have to come back and fix it.
What is marble dusting? How long would it take them to do it?
Well, that's just it. They can't just go in and marble dust it. It's that, you know, when you're in a built-in pool, it doesn't feel like cement, the side. It's kind of smooth and almost glittery.
Yeah.
Kind of, that's that stuff that they spray on. And it's like a cement, but it's called like marble dust. It makes it look all nice. It's supposed to anyway.
So how long does it take to do like a coat?
Well, that's just it. If you put it on the gunite itself, it doesn't take that long. It's just a day of spraying it on. When they have to redo it, they have to grind out where the marble dust meets the nice tiles, because if they didn't, it would overlap. Like they're putting another whole layer of marble dust on this, so they almost got to scrape off the old marble dust. And I don't see this happening anytime soon. I don't have any faith.
What excuse did he give you?
It's always pass the buck. It's, the guy that does the marble dust is, a subcontractor, and I've been trying to get in touch with him, and they
didn't want to do it.
Dude, it drives me fucking batty.
So they come up with excuses until you get frustrated and go, all right, just open up the pool.
I want the fucking pool open now.
That's why you always hold a little money back, my friend.
Instead of
a little bit.
At the end of the season. At the end of the season, then do it. At the beginning, I want to get the fucking pool open. That's where I'm at right now.
Good luck to you on that one.
Yeah, I know.
Believe
me, I know.
Hold on, we got Scott because you're avoiding the main topic at hand. Scott in Iowa.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hi.
I was going to say half a red face. Is that in relation to half a Hulk face? It sounds like you had a tanning POFA.
Yes, I had a POFA. POFA. What a dunce.
Voss ruled yesterday.
Oh, he certainly did.
I couldn't even relay to people the stupidity that was displayed. I tried to, and I couldn't.
And his panicky Pete face. I was trying to fucking, make phone calls. Can you change it?
I was trying to retell the whole Voss giving out his password story yesterday, and I was laughing through it. I had to start a couple different times.
Yeah,
I just couldn't get the story out.
It's ridiculous.
And then what this dummy did was...
It's ridiculous.
So anyway, the POFA.
Yeah.
So you pass down the backyard.
Yeah.
So you got a half a face that's pretty red.
Yeah, I took the chair out and I positioned it so the sun was pretty much hitting me, because it was very nice out, but I really didn't think the sun was beating down that much where a wop such as myself. I'm not very dark or anything, but I thought maybe I could take a few sun rays. Mm-hmm. So I laid down and I wound up getting a sunburn.
Show Jimmy the other part of the sunburn.
All right, the face is not really that bad.
No?
The left arm is
you can't even call it the left arm.
Really bad.
Part of the left arm.
Yeah, first I'll show you where my watch went on.
Wow.
That's where my watch went on. Now, as I roll the sleeve up.
Holy shit.
Look at this.
It's literally from his bicep to his wrist. That's it.
Wow.
Only half the arm.
That's it. And
what
only
I
half
did was,
of it.
Holy shit.
I was laying down on my back, and I was like this, and you could see how my shirt was covering certain parts of it, so it's not a straight line. It looks like it looks like a disease. I don't know what it is.
Wait, how is the left arm and the right side of your face tan? How do you sleep?
I was like this.
On his back?
Like that.
Oh, okay.
Kind of laying there like this. And I must have went like this.
Yeah,
a
his head
bit.
was to
my
the
head
side,
tilted
probably.
it.
Sure.
And when I woke up, I went, "Ooh, that doesn't look good." And that's going to be hard to even out. And, of course, it's also farmer tan.
Yeah.
Because I had the short sleeves on, so I am a complete wreck from the sun.
You have arm aids.
I have arm aids, yes.
Does it hurt?
It itches. Mm-hmm. It does itch. And shit makes you itch. I eat it.
What?
The worst is after you take a shower. Like, for some reason, a shower just kind of brings those nerve endings right to the tippity top, doesn't it?
It's little balls of whatever, pain.
Yes, little pain speckles.
You don't realize that until you got a little sunburn happening.
Yeah, so that was stupid of me.
There you go.
Hey, why didn't you just get another pool company? Finally, just talk about who these people are, so other people don't go through the same experience.
You would have to pay another pool company.
Well, maybe
these guys didn't do the job right. Right now, these guys should be doing it for free.
Of course they should.
And they know that. And the reason they're not, quickly doing it for AMP because they'd rather go do someone else's pool where they're still bringing income in.
Yeah.
Money in.
I am teetering on it. I mean, if things don't go exactly as they're supposed to go with opening this pool up, I got the hoses in there. It's filling up. And by, I believe, Saturday or something, people are supposed to be over and start the procedure of hooking up everything.
Birthday?
Your birthday.
Surprise party at your house?
It's a surprise pool party.
See, surprise pool party.
Did you just give away my surprise party?
Jumping in the cement end with no water in it.
It's a big birthday this year for me.
Big 4-0.
That's right.
Yeah.
Finally,
according to the New York Daily News. No, I just they never get our ages right.
I'm now officially younger than my younger twin brothers.
we talked about how that works up until a point. Like when they get your age wrong and it's younger and you're just like, okay, this is good. Until it gets to a point where people start going, he looks horrible for his age.
Right, then it doesn't work anymore.
Then it doesn't work anymore, and then you got to kick it up a couple of years. But
then you're like, all right.
I finally gave up on the whole thing. It's ridiculous.
So true. Well, American Idol.
What a big story on...
We can't even front. We used to be American Idol watchers.
Yep.
Anthony actually was the one that turned me on to American Idol a few years back.
Yeah, it was...
and I was in for a while.
Good show to get in on.
And I think I was telling Travis this morning, this was the first season I did not watch a single episode. I didn't even watch the what are they called? The auditions. I didn't even watch that, which is usually fun to
wacky
check
audition
out.
process, yeah.
But I knew who this Adam Lambert was because he's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, what is he? I guess he's a gay guy that kind of wears makeup and...
Why would you assume he's gay?
That's what everyone's saying. Does he say he's gay, Sam?
No, it hasn't necessarily come out, but it's kind of a safe assumption based on the pictures of him open-mouth kissing men that are all over the internet.
Well,
if you do a Google image search.
All right, well, let me explain another gentleman that we've seen kissing gentlemen.
Yeah, the one that just talked on Mike.
Sam.
Not like that.
Oh, wow.
Well, okay.
Holy fuck. Why is he kissing so many guys?
Because he loves men.
He loves the cock, I think, huh?
He sure does.
How great is it that Sam...
Oh, God. Look at these two emo fuckers just...
Ew, what is that?
Look at those two just wanting. Sam, how great is it that Sam was able to defend his own gayness by pointing us to these pictures?
Yeah.
That he's not open mouth tongue kissing Bob Kelly.
I've never done that.
But you kissed a homeless guy.
Not like that, though. Not with the tongue or anything. Not open mouth.
Oh, there was a picture that looked like Danny kissing somebody.
Where? Probably was.
Down and to the left, all the way over to the second picture. Up, now over one. Yeah. I just see a hat. I think I saw Danny's hat. No, okay,
come on. What's wrong with you?
Look,
I think you're seeing what you want to see.
It was a thumbnail. Yes, I was. Wow. What the fuck is going on? I didn't know there was so many pictures of men kissing other men.
Hold on, we got to go to Jimmy, New Hampshire before we get into the American Idol thing. Jimmy, Jesus.
Morning, boys.
What's up, Jimmy?
Awful tanning story for, to help Ants out.
All right.
Before I went on my honeymoon to Jamaica, I was told you should pre-tan in a tanning bed.
Get a good base.
My first time in, and I happened to get a defective tanning bed. At which time I came out with pinstripes.
a pinstripe tan.
It was one of those with the fluorescent tubes.
You can imagine how cool I looked walking on the beaches of Jamaica with pinstripes, as if I wasn't white enough.
You're looking stupid.
Where is the worst place to get a sunburn?
Head of your cock with the right by the hole.
I guess for the nudists out there, but I mean for us regular
armpits. Has to be armpits behind the knees.
Armpits.
Jimmy nailed it. Ant nailed it. Armpits all the way. As a kid growing up, my grandma had a house Wading River, right on the water, and I would lay out in between playing wiffle ball resting, and I would put my hands behind my head and just kind of go like this.
For 3 seconds, you'd probably
it would take
sunburn,
3 seconds, right? Next thing you know, you're walking around, you can't even put your arms down because just the skin on skin would kill you.
Yeah, well, I'm noticing when I bend my elbow, it really stings in between the elbow here.
The armpit tan, the armpit burn, you end up walking around like Ralphie's little brother from Christmas Story.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, thank you. So, American Idol, Adam Lambert performs Beth.
Probably not as good as Jimmy Norton did.
Kiss is doing American Idol last night.
How many of the original Mad members? Gene, Paul, and was it?
That was it.
Tommy Thayer and
Hey, I got to ask you something about Gene and Kiss. There's a beverage commercial on now.
Oh yeah.
Is that Gene or is it a?
No, I think that's Gene. It's for cherry Dr. Pepper.
Okay. It looked like they just got another guy to put Gene's makeup on. By the way. Because he looks a little young to be Gene, even under the makeup. And he didn't sound much like Gene.
I think that's him.
But, yeah, that's definitely him, the face, now that I see it. But in the commercial, it didn't sound like him.
Well, maybe they were doing a little of that Benjamin Button.
Yeah, maybe they're doing that,
They're doing that type of thing with film now, where they can make you look a little younger.
Look a little younger. They digitally remove some of the fucking wrinkles.
I don't know. Well, here's Adam Lambert from last... Do we have to listen to this whole track?
Oh,
well, you could pause it and comment and then
Kiss men
put it back
during
on.
it? Or?
No kissing.
Interesting. You're saying Kiss.
Like the Kiss guys.
If I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now.
Broadway rendition.
Me and the boys are playing, and we just can't find the sound. Just a few more hours, and I'll be right home to you. I think I hear them calling. Oh, Beth, what can I do? Beth, what can I?
All right, well, what are we going to do with this?
Bill, I hear you. It'd be a little more accurate. Bob, I hear you.
Guys,
yeah, please.
You think?
I think.
A good voice.
Guy's got a great voice, but
Well, the country was swept up in Adam Lambert fever, but
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
I
but-
think it's called swine flu.
oh,
But
every song he did was
Swine flu.
was a Broadway song. Like they all
Yeah,
sound
they all
like
sound like
that. Every single
Broadway.
one.
Broadway.
how many guys are going to be buying Adam Lambert's music?
Nobody's gonna really buy Adam Lambert's music.
I mean, when you had Chris Daughtry, you're like, holy shit,
It's
I can't
gonna
wait
be
to
the-
see what he comes up with.
It's going to be the fucking, what's his name? The other gay guy there.
Clay Aiken?
Clay Aiken
Clay
syndrome.
Aikens end up in
Sucks.
spam a lot.
But it's going to be, this guy is going to get like Clay Aiken type exposure with a lot of these women the older women that like that fucking thing. That's where his fucking future is. Maybe some Broadway things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nah, he'll do real well. This is them announcing the winner of American Idol. Did Adam Lambert win?
Everybody thought he was gonna.
He was the favorite, right?
I didn't think so.
Did they open mouth kiss to congratulate each other? No?
After the nationwide vote of nearly 100 million.
That's a lie, by the way. There's no way.
They had the guy
There's
on.
no way 100 million people voted.
Unless you can vote multiple times.
Well, you can.
A guy in a suit came in with an envelope that was sealed and said it. So.
Oh, then it's got to be
Oh,
true.
really? Yeah, okay.
Did he open mouth kiss him?
The winner of American Idol 2009 is...
So what else is going on out there?
Well, I got to tell you about UFC Undisputed. Apparently, there goes the results.
Shop meat.
Oh, yeah, let's talk to Shop Meat.
Shop meat.
What a tool.
Of course I am. It's very difficult to come up with character names on video games.
Just to set up, Dana White came in to show us the UFC 2009 Undisputed video game.
Yeah.
We got a few more copies that we're going to give away this morning, by the way. And you took it for a test drive.
Yeah, well, I was watching Mars play it when we had him on the air the other day, and wow, it looked pretty cool. The graphics look amazing. It looked easier than when I play fighting games against Danny, which I always get my ass kicked. What game was that, Danny? Because that was...
I do believe that was Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, Street Fighter 4. And Danny knows all the stupid fireball comes out the ass moves and shit. Well, I'm just trying to box, and Danny's sending, like, planets at me.
Oh, they've been the same moves since 1991 with that series.
Well, I never played those fight. I never played fighting games.
Do you do what I do, and you just push every button as fast as possible and hope for the best?
Button smash.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what I usually do in fighting games.
I don't try to, come up with moves.
But the good thing about the UFC game here is you do use the buttons. You can use the buttons and figure out what the fuck they mean. Not like that goddamn play Danny. I'm actually trying to fight like a real fighter without using my superpowers because I don't know the buttons. And Danny's fucking lightning head.
You should have thrown the remote down and then said, "Put up your dukes. We're fighting for real now."
Yeah, come on, fight like a man.
Right.
Not with some kind of fucking magical eye juice that comes out and fucking flattens me.
It's part of the game, man. It's part of the game.
So I was playing that and taking it for a test drive. And I didn't want to just... I did a couple of rounds where you just start it up, pick a fighter, pick another fighter, and go at it. And that's fun, you get to beat the crap out of each other. But I decided to go career mode, where you have to take a little time at first to set your guy up. So I made a fighter. You do everything. You give him his attributes, hairstyles,
his
just
name,
all that
obviously,
crap.
chopped meat.
And you got to pick a name. And I thought first name Chop, last name Meat. So he's Chop Meat.
Wow. What's the matter? Asshole was taken?
Yeah, I didn't think they'd eat that one.
All right, so you picked the name Chop Meat.
Oh, people saying I should have picked Master and then Poe.
That's not a bad idea.
But, I picked Chop Meat and then went through the career thing, and I was doing really well. And then they trick you. They trick you. I was undefeated, and I'm doing really good. They put you in this training part, so you got to train, build up your strengths.
Well, that
and
sounds
then
boring to me.
No, it wasn't boring because the training
I just want
part...
to fight.
Training part is just using points that you've gotten from fights and whatnot, and then you use you train for strength, speed, and endurance.
You're not actually waking up and drinking eggs on the...
Yeah. You don't have to like sit there and work out on a bench or anything. And then you can get better. Yeah. And then you could get different equipment to exercise, but you never see yourself exercising. It's all about sparring when you do that. Then you get points the better you spar. If you knock your guys down a few times when you're sparring, you get more points. And you can take those points and put them towards your kicking ability, your punching ability, your defending against punching or kicking, grappling. There's a whole list of shit that you can build up your strengths in. So at the beginning, you're really kind of just out there getting your ass handed to you. So I started building up my kicking. All I wanted to do was be a powerful kicker so I could kick high in the head, low in the, and then get my speed up so I get a lot of kicks in, and my strength to get real powerful. So I get in there, and I've just been kicking people in the head and the sides and knocking them out.
Were you side kicking or karate kicking, or were you just standing there? He was probably just forward kicking the way you would do to a mugger. Were you actually like throwing martial art kicks?
Great side kicks.
All right.
To the side, I'd go left side, body, left side. And then when he'd lean over, he'd actually kind of lean over. I'd go right side head and kick him in the head. And you just see the mouthpiece fly out blood. And then they hit the canvas, and then you get on top and hammer blow into their face. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Beats standing in a neutral corner waiting for them to get up.
Fuck that noise. Till the ref steps in, I'm punching him in the face. So Chop Me was doing very well. And then I had 9 weeks to train for a fight. And each week is spent doing different things to build it up. But you got to watch what you're doing.
Is it a real 9 weeks?
Of course not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would take a long time.
What's a week in video game time?
A click. It's one click, 1 week.
Nice.
Yeah. Like if I want to work on strength, I click on it, and then my endurance goes way down. So then you got to take another week of just resting and get your endurance back up, your stamina, because I made the mistake of training, and then my fight day was there, and I had like no endurance.
Oh, you got
because
your ass
I hadn't
kicked.
rested before the fight. So I didn't get my ass kicked. I was against some slob. But then I had 9 weeks to train for this fight. I picked the opponent. He was one a little lower than me. I've been doing that, padding myself with some bums just to get my numbers up. And then they go, okay, well, we need you in a week. Can you do this? You'll get extra points and everything.
You get a little email or something? A message pops up?
Yeah, you get an email from Dana White.
Giving you like
a little email.
An opportunity to...
Yeah, so we'll give you extra points. We need this guy because of an injury. This guy dropped out, so can you step in and fight? I'm like, okay. So I hit okay, accept.
This sounds like fun.
This sounds like a lot of fun. And it's like,
and here comes Chop Meat against Tito Ortiz.
I was like, what?
And you've been fighting for how long?
I've just been fighting bums
for a few weeks.
I had 6 wins under my belt. I was 6-0
with bums.
And then it's Tito. So I figure, okay, I'm just going to use my strategy. I'll stay away, stay within legs reach, and just kick him in the side, in the head, side head. So I got a few kicks in, and I'm like, oh, it's good. Even the commentators were going, nice head kick. Oh, great shot to the head on that one. And then I got in a little too close for a body kick.
Got a little cocky.
Tito grabs both of Chop Meat's legs, throws him down on the ground on his back, and just hammer blows to the face until my mouthpiece flew out. Blood's all over the mat. And the big-headed computer Tito has his arms raised over my lifeless body. And that was my first loss.
We should get Joe Rogan to announce one of these. Chop Meat, a savage beating by Chop Meat.
Oh, it was a savage beating that I got. He hammer blow. It wasn't even a fist punch. It was the hammer part of your hand that he was slamming into my face. And blood is just going all over the mat. So it was quite a mess.
Can you bring Chop Meat online? This is
another thing.
This is an online version of this game, obviously, right?
I could go to Xbox Live, and I could challenge other people with Chop Meat.
How great is that?
And go against other people.
I mean,
I love the online thing.
The online gameplay is just amazing.
Dude, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it up a little more.
And they're getting better with the cheat codes and all that, right?
Yeah,
I know.
You can't. It's very hard to cheat.
I know in the
these days
Tiger Woods
online,
golf game, they watch it closely, and if you're a cheater, they're just knocking you offline, which is nice.
These guys are great. I haven't built up enough of my points though in grappling and getting out of some grapple holds, and even getting up off the ground. Like when I get knocked down, I'm flat on my back and I'm just kicking my legs like a rabbit, trying to get the guy off of me. But I don't know how to get the fuck up.
Well, you've only been playing one day.
Yeah, I got to figure that out, and I got to get my points up. See, yeah, those are your points that you can allocate.
There's some nice YouTube videos.
Yeah,
showing off the video game,
and that's in the gym.
UFC
and then
2009 Undisputed.
And then I'm trying to figure it out, so I'm a little more. I have a little more defense against when people throw me down on the ground.
Sure.
Instead of just throwing my controller on the floor and going, oh well, I lost that fucking fight.
I never played fight games. Maybe I play this one. Never did try this one.
I want Anthony to go to a UFC event, and I want him to just kind of bring you in and introduce you as Chop Meat. But I want you to be wearing old school wrestling attire, like with the like what do they call the
singlet?
A singlet.
A singlet?
Yeah,
that's
with
the
just
name.
a big hog in the front, because anyone wearing a singlet looks like they have a giant hog.
Because it pushes everything up.
Oh, all your balls are
it makes you look like
there.
you're just all bag.
All bag. Look at you. Danny found a picture of a singlet. Look at the guy's big hog in a singlet.
Fuck.
Danny finds the hottest pictures. Ooh.
I hope yours is the first character in this game that the other fighters figure out a way to rape and beat, like outside the ring.
Leave Chop Meat alone. He had a tough night last night.
Chop Meat's a queer.
Tito.
Chop Meat.
Didn't know Tito was going to get a hold of him.
Well, what kind of shitty management does Chop Meat have that he just sends you in against somebody and says, well, whoever shows up will fight?
No, it was up to him.
Dana
Dana
sent me an email. And I was like, you know something? I'll accept this. I think I'm doing pretty good. I've been knocking everybody out. And they taught me a lesson. So I went back to a couple of slobs. I'm ranked
450th out of 8.
Yes. I got my ranking down from 22nd to 10th. So I'm ranked 10th.
I'm getting there. And Joe Rogan is the announcer in the game.
UFC. Oh, in the game, too?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a good...
let's say hi to Mike in Florida. Mikey.
Great game.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey, man.
There's a training mode on that game, man, that you can actually spend close to a couple hours going through all the different ways you can get up. You can defend submissions, do submissions.
Yeah, I just figured I'm jumping right in, so that's what I did. I was surprised they actually made a career mode character because that usually it takes a little while of picking the person and hairstyles, tattoos. I tattooed the hell out of the guy to make him look all nasty.
Can you write what you want on it within reason?
You can import certain graphics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you want to make
You
tattoos,
should be a black guy.
No.
In Tiger Woods, I'm a black guy, and when I play guys online, I've said this a few times, but the racist comments, now I understand how it is to live like a black man.
Oh,
I get really mad. I get mad at the comments.
No, I'm
my
a
black
white
character
guy.
online.
Chop Meat is a white guy, but let me tell you something interesting.
Yeah.
You go into these fights, especially when you're undefeated at the beginning, you go into them, and it's after the training part, and you really want to win. It's like, all right, I'm hitting the button, fight's going to start. And then, Michael Buffer's son there comes in and announces the whole thing, and you see the octagon. It's really cool. And you get psyched up for it, and you want to win the fight. So I was kicking ass, and I actually got the first black guy that came in, and they're all just computer people. Doesn't matter the color of the texturing over the character. It's their attributes and whether you can beat them or not.
Please tell me you got intimidated.
I got all intimidated at the first black guy I had to fight because I'm like,
why? He thought he was moving in the store to you. What's wrong with you?
But I was just like, oh, this guy's gonna kick my ass because he looked all intimidating and shit.
Yeah.
So he came in there, but I kicked his ass. I showed him.
You know what's weird about video?
Balls.
You know what's weird about video games? I don't think women in general, because I'm sure there's a few out there.
Yeah.
They don't understand, like, guys in their video games. Like, if you ever play a video game with a girl, they're into it like, oh, wow, they'll play for like 5 or 10 minutes, and they're like, all right, what do you want to do next? It's like, what? We got 8 hours to go.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? You don't play a video game for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This is like you invest a weekend, my friend. And they don't care if they win or lose. I'm yelling and throwing my remote down because I'm fucking up my stats.
I was twittering a couple of things last night about the game, that I was playing it and how good it is. It's a good game. And I said I was on career mode, and somebody answered me back and said, they go, oh, great. They go, you know what you do when you're in career mode? Because it's fighting and training to get more points. And fighting, training, almost like leveling up.
Mm-hmm.
It's chicken egg. You don't know where to stop.
Yeah.
So he goes, you'll be here at midnight going, one more fight, just one more fight. And that's exactly what I was doing. I'm like, one more. Because then you train, and then you're like, what am I going to stop the game now that I'm ready for a fight? Or then you fight, and you go, well, I want to train now so I can get my points up and get my stats up. So I wound up fighting and then going to bed after a fight. But
that's why you don't hear me talking about video games that much, because I definitely have OCD. I have it under control for the most part.
Except for video
for the most part. But when it comes to video games, I feel the click in my brain that just keeps clicking, click. I can't get out of it. It's a cycle, and I'm like, I'm going to be stuck here for a day.
And time does not go quicker than when you're playing a video game.
Right. Oh, yeah. All of a sudden,
I think waterboarding time goes quicker than when you're playing a game. It's like, I was looking at my watch and I go, okay, it's 9:30. I'll just zip around and do a few things. Oh, hey, it's 12:30.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to, what the fuck happened?
When Tiger Woods first came out, the one for the PS3 that I absolutely love, and I can't wait for the new one, and someone better tell me when that game comes out. I think it's in June. I wake up early on the weekends because of our schedule. Sun's barely up, having coffee. Next thing I know, and I don't even know how it happened, I'm watching the sun set behind me.
Yeah. Whole day.
Yeah.
Have you spent the whole day playing that game?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When I say the sun's setting behind me now, you know, time frame, winter, when it sets at 3 in the afternoon, so it wasn't that bad.
That's a lot of hours.
It was probably 9 hours. Sure. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's why I don't play EverQuest. Well, I'm dating myself, but those type of games,
World
because
of Warcraft,
those games, for someone that has OCD, is a complete and utter nightmare. There's no way you'll ever live your life.
June 8th, Tiger Woods 2010.
Holy shit. Can I get an advance copy?
Coming up.
June 8th. How many days? 10, a little over 2 weeks. What?
Yeah.
3 weeks from yesterday.
you're
3 weeks.
done.
Travis is just as excited as you are.
You're
Oh.
done.
I wish you could combine those games and Chop Me could beat the shit out of the golfers.
Chop Me just comes rolling and kicking the golfer in the side of the head.
Breaking the clubs over their heads.
I'm a one-trick pony, though. I am just a head-kicking, side-kicking ass.
What? I'll take a fucking wedge to Chop Meat and see what he could do with that.
Chop Meat rules.
Can you fight above weight class?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Can you fight like Mirko Krokop, who's a kicker? You want to fight Krokop.
Oh,
I want to see your
Jesus.
kicking skills tested.
I don't think Chop Meat would do very good against Krokop at this point in his career. I could probably step up a weight class in time. You build yourself up, you know.
Can you fight like at your weight? Can you fight a lightweight against a heavyweight?
No, I don't think I could do that in career mode. I think it's pretty accurate as far as that's concerned.
Let's go to Marcos in Yonkers. Marcos.
Good evening.
Marcos.
Hey, what's up, boys? What's up, Aunt Jimmy?
Hey.
Hey, I was going to say, you know how I know a game is good? A game is good when my eyes start burning. You know, I'm playing, and I notice after a while, like, oh, shit. I forgot to blink for like 20 minutes.
Dude, I woke up with
Dry eyes.
fucking game hangover this morning, and
Yeah.
I haven't had game hangover in a long time
That's the
because
worst.
I haven't had a game that I've really played. It's all in your eyes. You get like a pain in your eyes, and when you move them around, they're bloodshot, and you see like blurry.
How about the eyelid flutter?
Yeah,
that
'cause-
lasts for like 3 days.
Because you're just staring at a screen, and you're just moving your eye. If you tracked your eyes during a video game, it's probably more than when you're driving. I mean, you're constantly looking at your character and what you got to do, and your eyes are just jetting back and forth.
What about the arthritis hands?
Yeah, that's another thing.
The thumbs where you're like,
yep.
you can't. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a quick break?
Good game though, man. UFC 2009 undisputed.
Yeah. Why don't we give a couple out? Are we mailing these things?
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
The phone number is on your pad data, I guess, right?
It's 866-969-1969. That's 866-WOW1-WOW.
We got 8 copies. Why don't we just blow out all 8? You know,
However
the
you'd like.
people that are listening live
It's
this
now.
early, they should get a nice little prize.
Now we're talking about it now, so we do it now.
Now.
Right.
So call us, and I don't know, 8 random callers will get the UFC 2009 undisputed
Are they
video game.
PlayStation
Actually,
or,
yeah, that's
Xbox?
the problem. Is there's a bunch for PS3 and a
it's
bunch for
either or.
Xbox 360.
It's either or.
Oh,
If
okay.
8 Xbox guys call, then they
All right,
get their
perfect.
Xbox. If 8 PlayStation guys call, they get it for
perfect.
that.
Call now. We're gonna take a quick break. What haven't we played in a while? Have we played the Ben Stiller walks in on O&A watching porn, Travis?
Yeah, you can do that.
Thumbs up from Travis. He's keeping track of a lot of that stuff.
Travi.
Good. Doing a good job with that. All right, we'll play this for you. Ben Stiller came in to promote his movie that starts tomorrow, I guess, right? Night at the Museum, the Smithsonian or whatever.
Right.
And we were like fucking around watching porn, and no one told us that he was walking in our studio. He didn't mind, but it was kind of a
little
funny little
awkward.
moment.
Yeah, funky. Funka.
Looks like Vince McMahon lost.
What happened?
Wow, where's Sam? My God.
I want to see
Remember
him
the
run
whole
down.
Denver Nuggets?
Let me just enjoy Sam running down the hallway. Look at those ridiculous feet.
It's a horrible run.
It's a duck running down the hall.
Sam, last we left it, Vince McMahon was in a fight with the Denver Nuggets owner, or the owner of the arena.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
Kroenke?
Kroenke. Right. What's the deal for the people that didn't hear us talking about this?
Well, basically, he booked the Pepsi Arena, I think that's what it's called, for Raw. But then the Denver Nuggets made the playoffs, so they need the arena for the playoff game. But there was nothing in the contract that said they could have it back if they needed it. So Vince McMahon is trying to get them to honor their contract and say, no, I'm having Raw there.
Right.
And they want to have their little playoff game.
And the last we knew, Vince was like, well, I guess there's going to be 2 events on that night.
Right.
Two events.
What did he say? The trucks are rolling toward Denver as I speak.
Yes.
Right?
The trucks were rolling, he said.
Well, guess what? Vince lost.
He didn't lose. He didn't lose.
What do you have to say about that, Sam?
Well, he didn't lose.
Looks like the Denver Nuggets will be playing and not Raw.
Yes. Sam, comment?
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm sure the people of Denver are up in arms.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They'd much rather have seen Vince and Raw.
Of course. Plus, This Kroenke guy, I was listening to Vince McMahon, and he is one of the worst businessmen of all time.
Well, that's what Vince said.
He said that they threw the WWE out on their ear. They threw him out on the street.
Wow. On their ear.
Because there's thousands of these wrestling fans in Denver who bought tickets to Raw.
Uh-huh.
And now they're just useless pieces of paper. They don't get to see any wrestling action.
Actually, it's a collector's item, I think. It's the show that never happened that they have tickets for. Put them up on eBay.
Here's the latest.
Vince, a VP with Kroenke Sports has said that they were working with you to, quote, resolve this situation amicably. What have they said to you, Vince?
These people are the worst business people in the world. I don't know what amicable means when, in essence, they wouldn't even talk a deal unless there was a joint press release in which I was basically kissing Kroenke's behind. You will not believe. We're going to have a press conference tomorrow at 1 o'clock at the Hard Rock Cafe in New York. I'm going to show you some of the things that they wanted me to do. It's preposterous. It's the most ridiculous proposal maybe in sports entertainment history.
Wait, he's going to have a press conference in New York?
Apparently he's having a press conference
at 1 o'clock today?
Hold on. I got to comment on what Vince just said there.
Yeah.
One of the most ridiculous comments, or he used another word. It wasn't comments, was it? Proposals in sports entertainment history?
Yes.
There have been proposals that have been a little more ridiculous than I'm sure what this gentleman brought up in sports entertainment.
Not in sports entertainment.
Oh, I believe so.
I think it started out as a proposal when they decided to have what's her name give birth to a hand. Sam.
Yeah, to a hand.
That would be a sports entertainment proposal.
Yeah, a proposal.
We propose that we do this.
Or like when the Big Show's father died of cancer and the Big Boss Man came to his funeral and then attacked the Big Show and then chained up the casket to his police car and started dragging it around the cemetery.
See, that's a little more outrageous and preposterous than I'm sure whatever this gentleman came up with.
I don't know. This Kroenke guy is not to be trusted.
No?
No.
Is this a work?
No.
Is Vince going to, like, clothesline him at the meeting?
But here, Vince McMahon is the best at turning these things into wrestling angles.
Yeah, he is.
Because he's all over the news now because he's just sitting there. Because usually something like this would happen maybe in like a meeting or behind closed doors and they'd reach it. Instead, Vince McMahon is just smashing him on live television everywhere he can.
Is he going to meet with this gentleman's negotiating team who suspiciously will be looking like big wrestlers in suits?
Hopefully it'll happen live on Monday night.
Live. They'll bring the cameras in. And there'll be a big brawl in the meeting room, in the conference room.
I bet Vince wins.
Yeah, well.
Someone will go through the big conference table. Oh, my God!
Let me hear the end of that clip again.
And you will not believe. We're going to have a press conference tomorrow at 1 o'clock at the Hard Rock Cafe in New York. I'm going to show you some of the things that they wanted me to do. It's preposterous. It's the most ridiculous proposal maybe in sports entertainment history.
Wow.
Will you be going to this press conference?
Well, I'm a pretty esteemed member of the press, so I would hope I can get my ass down there.
It would be nice to have you down there with the recorder and maybe get a couple of questions in.
Maybe get a little one-on-one action.
Maybe a little one-on-one. Dare to dream, my friend.
Basically, You're saying you're going to call Hard Rock Johnny up and ask if you can bust tables or something so you get a peek at the press conference.
I get to go to
you're
press
not part of the media.
Prime time should be allowed all access.
All right, where's your
to this
media
event.
badge?
I don't need a media badge. I'm a known person.
Yes, he's primetime Sam Roberts.
Is he?
And
I'm a broadcast journalist.
And then you'll be able to get the news before anyone else does. You'll know what's happening.
And guess who else will have it? The Opie and Anthony show.
Oh, wow, look at that.
That's where his dedication lies. I like this kid.
Only 20 hours after the rest of the world hears it.
Yeah.
From the Hard Rock press conference.
Wow, great, Sam.
So, what are your plans for Monday night?
Well, it's real simple. We will be leaving Denver because we're forced out by Kroenke's organization. And unfortunately, we'll be leaving Denver. And fortunately, we will be going to Los Angeles, home of the Lakers, and at the Staples Center. It should be an extraordinary event. As a matter of fact, I envision the WWE's, our form of the Lakers versus the WWE's form of the Nuggets. It should be a very interesting night, 5-on-5. Mr. McMahon is going to be there to compete, or at least to confront Mr. Stan Kroenke. So we're going to have a lot of fun this Monday night when we emanate from the Staples Center in Los Angeles.
What is he doing?
wait.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
Well, first of all, he's having Raw from the Lakers arena since the Nuggets won't let him have
That
it there.
showed him.
So he goes to the rival team. Then,
because not a lot of sports NBA fans in this room. Of course, the Lakers playing the Nuggets.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
So now to move it to LA, there's a big rivalry in that. And what is Vince going to come out in a Lakers jersey and then beat up a fake Conky who's in a Nuggets jersey?
I heard. Well, they're going to have obviously the WWE's form of the Lakers and Nuggets, but he said Mr. McMahon would be there to confront Kroenke live on Raw. Maybe Kroenke will be in Los Angeles.
And what was that number he said?
5 on 5?
No, 5-on-5 or something?
No, 5 on 5.
Oh, 5 on 5. What's that?
I guess 2 teams of 5.
Oh,
5
because
on
basketball.
5.
All right.
And then he said Mr. McMahon.
Right.
Why would he say that? Because he's Mr. McMahon.
No. The person on that news broadcast was Vince McMahon, Chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yes.
The person you see on Monday Night Raw
is Mr. McMahon.
That's Mr. McMahon.
So he calls him a different... Oh, it's like Anthony Cumia.
Right.
But when I fight in UFC, I'm chop meat.
Right. It's like... yes. Yes.
Oh, I get it now completely.
It's like when you're...
Vince is out of his mind.
When you're on Fox Red Eye...
Yes.
You're Anthony Cumia. But when you're here in this studio, you are Anthony. You know what I mean? It's like a character.
I think I'm still Anthony on Red Eye, too.
But it's a different character.
Maybe on Hannity.
Hannity, you're Anthony Cumia.
Then I'm Anthony Cumia.
But here, you're Anthony.
Yeah.
So what is he doing?
He's gonna...
I'd never refer to myself though as Mr. Cumia.
Maybe it's a new character you developed.
Oh, that's great, Mr. Roberts.
We shouldn't question Vince McMahon because now I haven't watched wrestling in months. I'm going to have to watch Monday.
I'm going to have to tune in and see what he does.
He's pretty smart.
Yeah.
With how he markets this damn thing.
We were thrown out. Thrown out of Denver, Colorado. But we're here in Los Angeles, and we're gonna kick some Nuggets ass hard. That's right. They've got no chance against the Lakers. We were thrown unceremoniously, thrown out of Denver.
And knowing Vince McMahon, the Lakers are all going to be like, monsters. And then he's going to bring out the Nuggets, and they're going to be like
midgets,
progeria kids,
or
midgets or something, and tiny little nuggets.
Look at them! Don't they look ridiculous? Look at them! They look ridiculous. They'll be yelling.
They'll be all fat and out of shape. But that would be pretty funny, though.
Of course, that's what he's doing.
And Vince will be looking at him like, oh boy, shaking his head. What are these guys doing here? They don't even deserve to be on the same court with the Lakers.
The LA fans will probably like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many of you are Nugget fans? Boo! That's right, not a one.
He's not even going to do that. He's just going to walk out with a Lakers jersey on.
Where's Mr. McMahon? Where's Mr. McMahon? Bring him. Oh, I'm him.
All right. Well, there you go. Vince is always in it there, Sam. Go to the press conference and get something done.
He's going to stick it to him.
How about he comes in here? He's in New York.
Sticking it to him, you think?
Come on by and say hi, and we'll help you promote this dumb thing.
He's very busy.
This stupid wrestling thing.
It's not stupid.
Speaking of basketball.
He's got to defend.
Big upset last night. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
What happened?
Cavs heavily favored there, Anthony. A lot of people saying that it's destiny that the Cavs and the Lakers play in the NBA Finals. You got LeBron James against Kobe Bryant. But, maybe the Cavs are looking past the Magic a little too much right now.
What kind of magic do they have?
The Magic?
Yeah, what are you talking? No, you said the Cavs are looking ahead for the Magic. What kind of magic?
Well, they what? What happened?
The Cavs have some kind of magic?
No, the Magic beat the Cavs. Orlando Magic.
Oh, it's a team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes much more sense. I thought there was some kind of magic involved, and I was frightened.
You do know that, right?
Yeah, I knew there was a team called Magic.
I don't know if you do, though.
I think I know, the names.
See, the Cavs heavily favored. They're playing at home, and the Magic beat them in Game 1. So they got to wake the fuck up if they're supposed to play the Lakers and Kobe Bryant. LeBron did his job, though. He had 49 points last night. So
what does this have to do with the Red Hot Yankees winning 8 now?
Did they really?
Yeah.
What's that about? A-Rod's return?
Boy, A-Rod actually... Been doing pretty good. A-Rod with the A-bomb.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they've been doing a good job. The pitching's been there. They've been winning games. They sucked ass. And then what happens? The Mets are falling apart.
Yeah, the Mets are a little shaky right now.
Because they were doing really well when the Yankees were sucking ass.
When do we get to check out these new stadiums?
I know. Come on.
Big celebrities like we are, and we haven't had one offer yet.
I know. I was asked if I saw the new stadium yet, and I was embarrassed. I said, no, I haven't been there.
Yeah.
And then I made an excuse like, well, the prices.
I do want to check out those stadiums badly.
Yeah. It almost seems like a lot of fun. And I hear there's drinking back in the bleachers. The bleacher creatures, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were trying to shut them down?
Well, they shut them down at the old Yankee Stadium, if you remember. But now, apparently, for revenue, the cost of seating, the area, everything like that. So they entice you with beer. So you're allowed to drink there again, which is one of those things I was talking about.
But I thought they were worried that we were drinking too much.
Well, that is the problem.
Until you need the money.
Until you need the money.
Like, fuck you and your liver. Drink.
Yeah, drink. I don't care if
as much as you can, please.
Slamming into children in the parking lot, whatever it is. Just drink.
Always comes down to the almighty dollar.
But that was one of those situations where it was like, wow, once they take that away, it's very hard to bring that back again.
But they got it back.
Money.
That's crazy.
Because of money things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking, that doesn't work still with bottomless dancers on Long Island. No. You can't use that as like, we got to save the strip clubs. So let's bring bottomless dancing back to Long Island.
What we got to do is talk to a politician that is on his way out, about to retire, and go, look, why don't you take care of all of us before you leave?
You pick up the fucking ball on this one and run with it.
Right. You're going to go down in history, my friend.
Yeah.
The last thing you do before you go and retire is you bring back bottomless dancing on Long Island. See, I hold out hope on that.
Can you have that with no alcohol?
I don't know about Long Island.
You can.
I know in New York or something, or some cities. I am not sure at all what you can do.
And let's be honest,
whether there's booze or not.
Some of these strip clubs in Long Island, do you really want to see the bottom? Huh?
Yeah, I love freak shows like that.
I like the cesarean scars and
gunshot wounds,
and all that, but some of the bottoms on these day strippers are a little rough.
Fucking
rough.
Melted Swiss hanging out from.
Should we get Kenny in here for the Club Soda Kenny country radio demo?
We never got to this yesterday, did we?
Well, because Dice came in.
Did he? I didn't notice.
You sort of did it.
Holy shit, yeah.
You phased out. You're like, you know what?
I gave it my best shot, but it reached the point where I was like, I can't. I wanted to kind of. Rich Voss was in here yesterday. For anybody that didn't hear the show.
Boy, did he kill.
Boy, did you miss a Lulu.
Probably the best bit of the week.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start counting down best bits of the week on the weekends, by the way.
Yeah, because that was...
Just to make it a little more interesting, the material that we give you.
It was insanity how stupid Rich was yesterday. For how stupid he is on every appearance he makes on the show, he was so stupid yesterday. And it was great. He was funny, dumb. Jimmy just couldn't have been faster on lines that were bashing him. It was a lot of fun. And then Dice came in, and, I don't have a problem with Dice, with the man Dice, with Andrew Dice Clay. Mm-hmm. Now, Mr. Clay, as he calls himself when he's the Dice character, I'm Mr. Clay. I can't then talk. Like Bonnie came in with the little baby. And I wanted to ask Bonnie a lot of things about Rich and their relationship, and I'm sure it would have been funny. Bonnie's very funny when she bashes Rich.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, hey, Bonnie, so what is this with the kissing and not kissing and the sex life? How are things between you guys? Well, things have changed. What do you mean? Why you get personal? There's a baby here. I'm like, all right, Rich. Does Bonnie know that you gave out your passwords, and is it going to affect her in any way? Well, I got on the phone, and hopefully he did what? He did who to what did you mean? You're going to get your personal.
My kid's bed.
And so I was just like, at one point, I just I tipped the mic away a little bit and just started typing to people. I was just typing to people,
like,
going, I'll do a show for the people on the chat board, because I couldn't get really anything going with Dice in here. It's very difficult to get something going when Dice is in here, except for Dice. Dice wants it to be all about Dice when he's in here. Exactly.
Jesus.
That's all. So it took me out of the mix a little bit. I was a little frustrated toward the end of the show.
And we were supposed to do the country demo for Kenny yesterday.
Demo, that wouldn't know. And you knew. You even knew. You know what? I know you knew. Because we were going to do that, and you were like, I'm holding this fucker back because it's not going to get 3 seconds into it before it's like,
no.
What country? Mm-hmm. Elvis sang country.
Do me.
Yeah. Do me. So, you know.
All right, well, we got, I don't think we have any guests today. Oh, Lydia's here?
What? The shrink?
She's coming, yeah.
She's coming. I don't know.
I heard she's here.
Oh, she is here.
Wow.
We have to meet Lydia.
Yeah, we have to meet Lydia.
She might have to go to work.
Do we bring her now? Or hold on, Steve, because I don't want to see what she looks like.
I don't know.
Well, we got Kenny sitting here.
But Kenny's here all day.
Yeah, I can leave.
All day long.
Steve, where's Steve?
Steve's like, I don't know, a mile down the hall.
He's sashaying down the hall.
Oh, my God. Look
That's
at him.
Lydia?
No.
Steve.
No, I know that's Steve.
Oh, look at
the
Steve
joke
running
was
now.
that he was walking
oh, my
with somebody
God.
else.
That must be what it's like when an asteroid is coming towards Earth.
Yes, without the toroid part.
Is Lydia hot? She says she's hot. Why are you shrugging your shoulders? Lydia,
right.
Steve thinks you're ugly.
She'd be much better with a penis.
What, does she have to work?
I don't think so. I think she's taken off a block of time, but I'll verify with her.
What are we going to do with her?
Just talk to her.
All right.
Chit chat a little.
Bring her down the hall.
Go get her. Go get the bitch.
Have her talk about, what she thinks of us mentally. See what she has to roll.
Oh, she's over there. She's in the green room?
Oh, yes.
That's way over there.
Over there now.
Bring Kenny back. We'll do the country thing while you go find Lydia. This place is too giant.
I know.
All right, Kenny.
Get in here.
We're going to get Lydia, so we'll do a little of your demo, and then we'll do a little later. That's what we do now.
Kenny's actually wearing the suit Johnny Cash was buried in.
Look at you.
So, Kenny, we tried you on the classic dance station, the Strobe. It didn't work too well for you.
Good morning.
So now we're going to try you on some other channels here at Sirius XM, right?
Okay.
And you tried to do a little country radio demo?
Yes,
For the highway?
Yeah.
And the highway plays newer country, I guess?
I never listened to it.
Come on.
It's
country.
fake it. That's country.
I have no idea what they
They actually do play newer country.
Is it newer?
Yes.
Well, you got Carrie Underwood here, I see.
Oh,
Kelly Pickler, so it's got to be newer country. It has to be.
David Allen Coe.
Kelly Pickler.
Kelly Pickler.
What's she doing?
I don't know.
Does she have a
Is
career?
she still stupid?
Is she? Yeah.
Are we supposed to all believe she's stupid still? Is she still trying to sell us on that?
These songs came very highly recommended to me.
By who?
Oh, they did.
Wow. Whose ass is that? Is
That's
that Kelly Pickler?
That's a weird shot because of that
damn
shadow.
it.
But yeah, she's got an all right.
She kind of fucked up her.
All right, shit around.
She kind of fucked up her natural beauty, though, man. She was a natural beauty, and then started doing all sorts of shit with her.
She got some
face
implants,
and she was.
Was that her
cut all her
bikini?
hair off to look like a young Dolly Parton? No, it wasn't a bikini.
Well, no, is that her?
Oh, that
black bikini, Kelly Pickler.
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's say, yeah.
all right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, well,
She's good eats.
Would you eat her ass, Kenny?
I'm married.
But if you weren't.
No, if you
Of
weren't.
course you do.
I can't think I'm pure
Any man that
thoughts.
does not eat ass can never be a real man.
That's right.
Here's Kenny trying out for the country radio station, The Highway.
Terrific. It's the Highway, XM16, Sirius 60, and I'm Country Kenny Cowshit. Up next is Toby Keith. He sold 25 million albums, and here's his hit, Stays in Mexico. Too bad he wasn't singing about the swine flu.
His name was
Wow.
Gina. Her name was Gina.
At the post.
Yeah, I like that.
With the cough.
Oh,
That was
Lydia is
interesting.
horrendous.
Oh, she's not. You kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
No.
Jimmy. You want to bring her in? Kenny, go sit somewhere.
I liked the first one, Kenny. I got to tell you,
I'm looking forward to hearing more.
It was you took on the country personality,
Yes.
and you had hit the post, and you added topical news.
Yeah.
Now this, I think you have a chance. Although, what's your country name?
Country Kenny Cow Shit.
Yeah, that might be a problem, but we'll see. Maybe we can get a workaround.
All right.
Now, Lydia has been calling our show for a year and a half or so, 2 years. And
Yes.
when we left regular radio, we were really happy that we were losing Lydia. But she decided to buy the Sirius XM, so she continues to be a listener of this radio show.
Yeah.
And here she is.
Comes Lydia. And a bit. There comes Lydia.
Actually,
she psychoanalyzes us a lot.
Yeah.
Hi, Lydia.
Too, is what she does. Hello.
I hate that voice.
Do you?
Yeah.
She's smiling. Yes, you
Lydia
hate
is
it?
sexy.
You know what? She's
Lydia
not.
is sexy.
You know what? I got to take.
Yeah.
Jim?
Lydia, I'll be honest. I saw you walking down the hall. I said, wow, she's horrendous. But now that you're closer, she's all right, right?
Yeah, Lydia is very attractive.
Well, she's got showing a lot of cleavage there, is what she's doing.
Well, you got the breast implants.
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's right. She wound up getting implants.
It's so weird to meet someone that you've only heard their voice for so long.
People, yeah, but she's much hotter than we thought. I have just the opposite effect. They're like, oh, you. They think I'm going to be somewhat attractive, and they're like, yuck.
Yeah.
Lydia's very attractive. We're all not too short to say Lydia because she looks good.
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd be a mess.
I was shooting for not a mess today.
No, you look good.
Yeah. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn. Okay, so it's not that long a haul in here,
Oh,
aside
no.
from the traffic.
But
Yeah,
I
Kiwanis.
came from Oceanside. I live
Yeah,
in Oceanside.
she's a Long Island
Long Island, okay.
housewife now.
And are you a complete? What are you? A shrink?
I have my PhD in clinical psychology.
So, is that what you do for a living?
Yes.
You have
I
your
work
own.
as a school psychologist.
Oh,
Thank
school
you, Jimmy.
psychologist.
I work as a school psychologist.
What school? What grades?
I work district-wide, and I prefer not to say the school district.
Well, I wouldn't ask for the school district. I'm just like, what age children do you work with?
I started with high school.
Uncle Paul. Yeah?
And I'm working in a middle school now, as well as an elementary school.
Oh, okay.
So I work all ages.
What are the biggest problems in middle school that kids are coming to you with these
Sex.
days? It's all about sex.
All about sex.
And what's their problems?
The problems are they want to have it.
Yeah.
And
No
how-
one's giving it to them.
This is great. I need this job. I need Lydia's job. It'd be like, okay.
How old are the kids again?
Let's see.
Middle
Middle
school,
school
so-
starts around 11 and goes to about 13, 14.
Jeez.
You ever get turned on by their stories?
No,
Come on.
not in middle school.
Not at
Maybe
all.
the high
No,
schoolers.
I understand the age thing, but just like hearing people or kids talk about
They
sex.
tell you stories about, what they've done, maybe little things, and
Maybe the high schoolers. The middle school kids do not have it going on.
No, huh?
Absolutely not.
They just
yeah.
They're just little creeps with raging hormones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not sexy. It's just like, yuck.
Now, what do you tell them? They say like, Miss Lydia, I don't know what they call you.
Doctor.
Dr.
Lid.
Dr. Lid. Dr. Lid. Dr. Lid, I want to have sex. I'm getting these urges. What do I do?
That's a tough one because, of course, the school district doesn't want me to tell them to go out and have sex.
Right.
I
So
tell
what do you
them- I
preach
tell them-
abstinence?
Absolutely not. I tell them to be safe.
I
tell them-
throw them a rubber and
What's most
send them on their
important?
way.
send them home.
What's most important is not to do anything that's going to kill you.
Oh, really?
Do you talk to them with the
idea.
cleavage hanging out like you are now?
No, this shirt's for you guys. When I go home,
yeah, I would
I think I'll
assume.
change the shirt but keep the suit. Yeah.
I'm looking at Lydia's got great legs, like really sexy. Like I would not be able to talk to her as a psychologist or psychiatrist.
A psychologist.
If I was in high school, I would just be staring. Yeah,
That's probably
I
what
bet a
they
lot of
do.
the boys like you, they probably have a
All
little
the
thing
young
for you.
boys come in and go, yeah, what about Miss Lid? Dr. Lid.
It was actually funny because yesterday I was running some meetings and I ran into someone who remembered me previously, who I, of course, didn't remember. And he was all blushing and red, and everyone was teasing me. Someone had a crush on me.
Oh.
That's cute.
And then he remembered probably the things he told you. About how he had the tiniest penis in the school. Do you ever have people tell you really humiliating things?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you ever laugh at them?
No.
Oh, tell me it's their fault.
Do you want to sometimes?
Yes.
You bite your tongue?
I laugh later.
No, you
Never
should
to
laugh right in their face. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
How do you resist?
Oh, it's my job. It's my job not to laugh.
But that makes it sometimes when you can't laugh.
Yeah.
It makes it. You know what? I almost laughed when Duff McKagan's band was playing. They were very good, and I was enjoying them. But I just kept thinking of the Homer Boo clip.
Oh God!
And it didn't belong there. It wasn't about them not being good.
Right.
It was just. It would have been so inappropriate,
so awkward, and destroying the moment.
And I was just hiding behind the mic, and I didn't mean to. Like, thank God I wasn't in that little video.
Yeah.
And I was just laughing because I was like, how awful would that be?
Yeah, what is with that, Dr. Lid? We talked about this many times on the air. When you have these thoughts of doing horrific things, not horrific in a way of, murder or anything like that, but just very inappropriate, embarrassing things, like standing up in the middle of a church during a funeral and blindsiding the casket as for a laugh. Why do you get those thoughts?
Everyone gets those uncontrollable urges, and I think the trick is to remember that it's sort of normal, and the abnormal part is to act on them.
To act on it, right. But like, what if you get right to the brink in your head where you're like, I could do that right now?
Yeah.
Is that a little odd?
But you didn't act on it, so.
But you didn't act on it, so does it matter if it's just a fleeting thought where you're like, oh my God, this is awful, get that out of my head? Or if it's like, I actually have the power to do that right this second. And maybe your ass gets off the pew for a second.
I got to look at who that's coming from. Coming from you, Anthony, I don't know. You are probably the person on this team that I'm most worried about.
Worried?
Oh, why?
Now, why
Let's
psychologically are you worried a little bit about me?
I really do worry about you, and I mean that seriously. Not
Seriously.
As a joke. Jimmy's in treatment, so don't worry about him as
Yes,
much.
I'm doing well.
What seems to be
Opie sort of represents the more
lost cause?
I think he's trying to lead a somewhat normal life despite his celebrity, and I don't know how that all happened for him.
I'm talking to somebody.
I'm happy to hear that. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great.
A drug dealer.
Yes. An invisible friend. They're on the couch with him. They're next to him right now.
Yeah, I heard
right
you're
here.
working on your new drug dealer. I'm worried about you, Anthony.
And me?
Because of your isolation. It's not so much the drinking and the guns, although those all sort of fit into it.
Drinking and guns and isolation are dangerous?
Anti-government stance and military garb.
Yes, I'm all shivvied out today, by the way.
I worry about you shutting yourself off from people who care for you.
Let me think about that for a second.
You don't call anyone back.
I don't call anyone.
Ever.
I text a lot, but I never called. And I go to many of the all the family functions where I sit and enjoy the time spent with my loved ones. I just don't want to hang out with them, all the time. I enjoy doing things like going home, enjoying my plush surroundings, playing video games, broadcasting, just hanging out in the theater, watching a good movie. Why does that have to be a problem, Dr. Lid?
You have set up a really great retreat for yourself.
Yes. I hate people. See, that's the problem, Dr. Lid. I don't like people. Anytime I have to deal with people, except for people that I interact with on a daily basis, I like them. And it's but people in general, when I go into a store, let's say, I have no patience for people that are at the counter where it should take 2 seconds. And they're sitting there, and I'm just like,
but everyone's like
son
that.
of a bitch. See,
Everyone's
like that. Driving, I'm not as bad with the road rage as I used to be. I used to be horrific with road rage. I'd yell, I'd hit the thing, but it's still in there. So when somebody pulls a stupid move, I go, I gotta look and see what this is, and then I look out the window and I go, that figures. That stereotype isn't going away anytime soon. So I rarely find things in people I don't know and go, wow, that's admirable. It's usually, wow, that's a piece of shit. I don't like people.
But what do you do for intimacy?
That's in my house. Yeah, duct tape, A little lump hammer. Chloroform.
For intimacy, Ant gets a kiss on the cheek while he's watching Hitler videos.
Yeah. Wow.
That's warmth.
Holy Jesus, that actually happened.
Of course it did.
Is this turning into is this turning into an intervention for Anthony?
No, absolutely
Bring in
not.
Anthony's mom.
Oh, here comes then it'll turn into an intervention for her.
Absolutely not. That
All right,
was
Lydia,
not my
talk
intention.
to Anthony. Come on, let's get into something here.
Yeah.
I really think you should have taken my advice about the whole J-date thing. You would have had your pool taken care of. Nice Jewish girl would have been on the phone with those pool people getting that gunite sprayed in, rubbed out,
Keith the
sprayed
cop
in.
is better than a Jewish girl, tell you the truth.
Except
and
he
he
didn't-
still sucks dick, which I hear. Teasing, of course. He takes it in the ass.
I'm not a fan of the Jewish broad. Never have been.
No?
Dated Jewish broads, they're a nightmare.
Really?
Oh, my God.
They do have a bad rap.
They're way too close to their mothers. Their mothers are controlling.
Families are always
the mothers
involved.
don't even want to acknowledge you because you're not a Jew. This whole thing happens on Long
Yeah.
Island, right?
Yeah.
Who you bring somebody with you today?
Yeah, I brought my husband.
Is he
Is he a
Jewish?
Gentile?
Yeah, see?
See?
Would you? Your mom wouldn't have allowed you to marry a non-Jew, right? For the most part.
My mom and I didn't have that kind of relationship.
Uh-oh.
What happened with your mom?
Oh, must have been some
Bad
problems
relationship?
there. Wow.
And my mom and I had a very difficult relationship.
Calling the kettle black, I guess.
Now, was it...
It's like the psychologist has the worst problems in the room.
That's right.
Probably true.
She's
Always
blinking
the case.
rapidly. She's grinding her hands like Humphrey Bogart at the end of the cane mutiny.
Yeah, it's strawberries. How many portions did you have, Mom?
What was up?
Yeah, they called her old yellow nipples. So what
was up with your mom and you?
My mom was a difficult person to live with.
Yelling, screaming.
She a drinker?
Controlling.
She was a big drinker.
Well, Lydia's a big ACOA, a big adult child of an alcoholic, and
Yeah, is that it?
that's probably why she went into psychology. You want to fix other people. You want to fix those things which were unfixable at home.
Ah, see?
See, we're getting into your head.
That does make sense.
Getting into your head now.
You're welcome.
I always feel like I have to save the world.
Really?
Yeah, I got this whole thing where I got to,
You?
Yeah. Yeah.
When are you going to start?
Yeah, I've never seen evidence. Yes.
How about you?
His idea of saving the world is wiping out the bad elements.
Yes, exactly. No, I'm kind of a one person at a time, try to save, the world kind of a thing.
And does
one
do charity
person
work,
at a time.
believe it or not, here and
No,
there.
not even charity work.
Well,
I kind of.
He sees a story that makes him sad, and then he takes care of the problem immediately.
I think for the most part, I find myself attracted to people that are maybe a little lost.
I can believe that.
Yeah, and it's kind of like how can I say, commiseration maybe a little bit, and some I could help you out.
I think you should open the halfway house, though, off the grounds of your property.
No, but then I don't get to see them naked.
Naked's good, right, Lydia?
Naked is so
Can
good.
we all agree that naked is good?
Nothing wrong with naked.
Dr. Lid,
Right.
I want to have sex. See, that's what it is.
And saving the world with his giant hog, ruining one vagina at a time.
He supposedly has a huge piece, Lydia.
So I've heard.
It's supposedly, but I hate saying that because, I don't want to disappoint anybody.
His nickname in high school was Anthony the Girth Cumia.
Ah!
I know you're all
I
width.
remember when they called me that.
I'll bet you're like 5'7". You're probably wider than you are long.
Yeah, I'm like a short, fat guy's pants size.
Let's turn this around on Lydia, because she wants to come in here and analyze us. So what happened with you and your mom? She's drinking the martinis at noon?
Oh, no. My mom had a big-time job. She was what we call a functional alcoholic.
Uh-huh. But what?
Go home, drink, fall asleep by the pool. No, I'm teasing.
Get a sunburn.
But what was the problem she had with you? What was your issue
I
with
think
your
that
mom?
we both had strong personalities, and,
Bitchy Jewish women. That's what we're saying.
I wanted to go out and have sex and do my thing at a young age, and I don't think she liked that too much.
So you were kind of rebellious.
Kind of rebellious.
You guys talk?
My mom's dead.
Did she ever quit drinking?
No.
She died drunk?
Anthony. What the hell, man?
Well, we know it wasn't
Lydia's
me.
trying to help you.
I have no buttons to hit the button.
Wasn't me. I swear that wasn't me. This is.
No, she's dead.
So did she die still an active drinker?
Yes, she did.
No, so she never got sober.
No, but I did have a chance to say goodbye and make my peace inside.
I'm pleased you appreciate good wine.
Yeah.
Did the alcohol, make her die early?
I don't know. She died of cancer, but I can't say my mom taught me how to drink.
Are you a drinker?
That's good.
I can drink.
You really don't have to be taught. It's kind of, self-explanatory. Take booze, put in mouth, swallow, repeat.
Yeah, I didn't do too good on my own. I definitely needed some instruction.
Lydia kept dumping it out on the floor going, I'm not feeling anything. And I'm like, wrong.
Sucks.
To lips. Oh.
What's your poison?
I drink wine generally, but I like Jack.
Wow.
I'm really drinking.
Shit. Oh.
Wowie.
Women and Jack. That shit is a bad combination, man. Bad. I used to have discussions with this certain girl before Jack Daniels would be imbibed for the evening and say, could you please, I go, look, we're both rational right now. We're going to go out. Could you please, and I know you're going to be doing shots, just please remember this talk. Remember that we're talking and we have no problems right now. There's not a problem that we have. We're going out. We're having a good time. So let's continue that. After we have shots, there's not going to be any new problems that start. So let's just have a good time, okay? And then after a few shots, you're a fucking asshole. I'm like, okay, wait. I understand.
You're still trying to save it at this point.
Yeah, because then I'm
laughing.
Then I'm trying to bring back the. Remember earlier when I said there wasn't a problem? I go, see, that's what I'm trying to get to you now. Go fuck your mother. You fucking. All right. I guess this doesn't work. The shut off part of the brain that actually remembered the earlier thing.
So many times I can't even tell you.
Would she ever speak loudly to you in public?
Oh.
The scenes.
Oh.
I used to have to grit my teeth and go, don't make a scene. Don't make a scene. I hated scenes.
I hate scenes, too.
I hate scenes. And I didn't want to, fuck. And I'm just like, ooh, there was some over-the-shoulder, out-the-door kind of things where I actually, over my shoulder, walked out of the bar while everybody was going, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Was she ever
like Officer and the Gentleman?
No.
Drunk and the drunker.
Yeah.
Was she ever yelling at other people?
Oh, yeah. That would be.
What would you do?
That happened. At first, I would.
I just wrote Anthony.
Oh, that was a good one at a gig.
I don't know if you want to go there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I wrote it.
Oh, yeah, I think that can be. I'm just talking about a past relationship.
Yeah.
This could actually be a composite character of a few people.
No
but
kidding.
No. But yeah, the talking nasty to other people, the just being just profoundly drunk in front of important people.
Oh, really? Like bosses, possibly?
Yes. Well, not bosses, possibly. Bosses.
Would you be embarrassed? But would she ever, yell at other men in the bar? Like, would a girl ever do that? Like, where all of a sudden you're like, all right, now how the fuck do I handle this big-mouth idiot?
Yeah. Is like yelling at some guy at a bar, and I'd just be like, oof. I'd make the old universal, hey, she's fucked up. Don't hit me. If you want to take a swing, feel free. But
I remember the negotiations like you were talking about.
Oh, yeah, that would happen all the time. It's like, look, we're going to have fun.
Look, we're off the radio in a couple hours, so just be cool until I get there.
Be cool. Hang out.
Just have a couple beers, maybe.
Yeah, don't hit the hard stuff.
Don't do the jack until I get there.
Yes. It's Monday morning.
I have had my own mini negotiations before going out with my husband.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
What were they?
Was that because your husband didn't want you getting hammered, or vice versa?
Oh, no, he would like me to not get so hammered.
Oh, you drink. Lydia's a drinker.
Yeah. Yes, she is. And she married what we call a codependent. Who had a drinker in his family that he couldn't fix. And then here's Project Lydia, who stumbles up the driveway.
He's still working on me.
There's a lot of nodding going on, Jimmy. A lot of nodding. You drink every night?
No.
Weekends?
Lightweight.
Yes.
No, and you hit a Thursday every once in a while, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Thursday is the weekend. Let's all be honest here.
So you're functional.
Thursday.
When you drink, it doesn't affect your work.
I don't drink at work.
No, but you could affect your work, right? You could oversleep or.
Yeah, I make sure not to bring it to that level. My job's too important to my family.
Oh, see, a little bit of responsibility there.
Does your husband drink?
Not much.
Not much.
Occasionally.
Occasionally. When we met, he drank a lot more.
Did he talk to you about possibly maybe you should quit? Maybe you should try going to one. What are those meetings they have? Do you ever like leave literature around the
pamphlets around the house?
Put me on the wagon a few times.
At the bar?
Oh, really?
Really?
I always listen.
What's the longest you made it?
Over a year.
Oh, what happened? What sent you back?
I always go back. I love to drink.
Missed it.
See, that's what happens is you don't change. Alcohol is only a symptom.
Right.
You got to get to the stuff underneath.
We all fill ourselves with things to fix the hole inside.
Looks like you can't talk to Ann about his drinking.
It's a fun symptom.
That's what I'm getting.
What do you mean?
She's
talked about calling the kettle black?
Yeah, she's talked about your drinking on the air the last couple of years.
She's talking about your drinking, but she's talking about it from the perspective of a tequila where she's actually poking her head out of a bottle.
She's talking to drinking like, when do you want to go out and have some drinks?
I'll fix you, motherfucker.
I'll do some shots.
Yeah, we should go drinking with Lydia.
Yeah, I think she'd be fun.
I
like to see her with a few in her. She fun when she drinks?
Thumbs up.
And
is that the husband?
And then what happens?
Okay.
Then you reach this point where it's a big drop off of no.
Never a drop off. So you're not an angry drunk.
That's good. You don't get the drop off.
Not an angry drunk.
That's good.
You can't tell when Ant's drunk.
Really?
A lot of people say
every
that,
once in a while he'll go to a point where you really know, but for the most part you can't tell.
And chatty.
You can't tell.
You can actually tell though. His eyes are open.
Yes, I do.
He's awake.
He fell asleep in the sun yesterday. He's got a really weird sunburn today.
And I'll be honest with you. I had a half a beer when I fell asleep. I had a half of a beer. The other half got piss warm next to the lounge chair because I was going to lay out, put on the iPod, nice cold Bud, and just sit there and drink the Bud. And then I was so tired that I put the bottle down and wham, went right out. And I slept for like 2 hours in the sun. In the hot sun, and that's why I'm kind of burned,
half sunburned.
But the odd thing is, I usually stay awake when I drink. It's when I'm not drinking that I get tired and go to sleep.
See,
that seems to be the problem.
Not enough drinking.
Although when on movie night, that was fun.
Oh yeah,
I had a couple of beers that night.
We went watching a movie and at Ant's house, and we look over, and he's peacefully just nodded off. He's a good host. He's quiet. He doesn't bother anybody.
I had the bottomless glass that night.
That was a Saturday.
Pulling that tap.
He's got a tap in his house. That's
got a
good,
couple.
right?
I know one or two people have a tap in their house. It's sort of dangerous.
Why?
A distributor comes
dangerous
right
to
up.
you. What do I want? Bibles on every fucking table? Jesus Christ, Lydia, have some fun.
It sounds like she does.
Yeah, I think Lydia does.
Lydia
have
has
fun.
a split personality. If you want to know the truth.
Yes.
During the day, she's this conservative psychologist, and at night, I think she's ripping it up.
It's like looking for Mr. Goodbar. Keeps up that front, and at night, just inviting people home. And
she barely could keep it up during
drinking.
the day. She's just trying to keep control during the day.
And then
Sounds like the 70s.
Then getting stabbed by fucking Tom Berenger.
Her husband's always got to pull her away. She's with me, fellas. We have to go.
Oh, God. Oh, you don't want to be that poor guy.
She's screaming at him on the way out. You're just a racist. He's like, we gotta go, honey.
He might be he might be a cuckold.
Oh no!
Sorry, sir. I don't even know you. I'm just trying to make
a nice man.
Seems nice enough.
Gary's got a good sense.
What line of work is Gary in?
He's a salesman.
Okay.
Oh.
Booze?
Have some exciting sales stories when he comes home.
Yeah, that would work perfectly.
Yeah.
What does he sell?
He sells like electricals, women's hair stuff.
You don't even know what your husband
Electrical
does.
women's
Like
hair
bunch
stuff.
of
Shaking his
stuff.
head like that's not what I do.
We
It's
always
like-
get into an argument about this.
That
I don't
is
know what he
hysterical.
sells.
You don't really know what he
I don't know.
sells.
I know
Crystal
what he
meth?
does.
What is he?
Should we talk to Gary?
Yeah, I think so because
Gary,
I think
you want to talk a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary, we got
Come
to
on,
get to the
Gary.
bottom of Gary and what is it
And
he
Lydia.
sells.
Yeah.
You know, Lydia intrigues me. You know, fuck her trying to get to the bottom of our shit.
We want to figure Lydia out.
Hell yeah. And then maybe we'll start
You
listening
scored
to
a good catch there, sir. You did all right.
Yeah, Gary, you did all right, man. Look at those boobies. How much did that cost you? Or did you pay for your own boobs there, Lydia? How did that work?
I did not.
No.
It was a gift?
Yes,
From my dead mother-in-law.
Wow.
What?
It was a
Mother-in-law?
Oh my God!
Now there's an odd situation.
Wait, so mommy leaves you a little money, and Lydia decides to use that money to get big boobies?
No, I decide.
Oh, that's
how did
smart.
that conversation go?
We could either have a summer house, or you can have a nice set of tits.
It was something that Lydia wanted. It was something that I wanted, so it worked out.
Are you happy with the results?
Very.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Was she flat before this?
No.
And you didn't go too big, Lydia.
No, I didn't. I went another cup size, and I mean, not to gross anyone out, but I breastfed 2 twins. So after that, my assets weren't exactly.
You need a little fixing up, a little straightening out.
When you say 2 twins, not 2 sets of twins. Okay, all right.
One's hard enough.
Right. So, Gary, what is it that she doesn't know about your job? Because it probably bugs you that she's always probably saying the wrong thing at parties.
Yeah.
He sells these electrical things and kind of like...
Electrical things for
Electrical
the hair.
women hair things.
Well, I do sell clippers for the hair, and it's men's and women's, but I'm basically a manufacturer's rep, and we rep about 20 different companies in the beauty care industry.
Okay.
So what would you say you do here at Initech? See? Hope he gets it now.
I got
He's
it.
in.
Laughing?
I got it.
He's laughing. Look, he's
laughing.
He's cracking up.
I don't know how many times that distinction has been made at parties.
Yeah.
When she'll go, he sells some hair things. He just goes, the clippers are for men and women.
And women.
And I rep about 20 different companies. How many times is that clipped?
Yeah.
I'm going to murder her if she says this again. Speech has been given
And she
to a
throws
couple
back
they just met.
another martini and tells him to shut up.
He sells things that clip pussy hairs. These are women's products and men's products.
You're saying Lydia might drink a little bit?
Oh yeah,
at night?
she throws the wine. She drinks the wine glass and then throws it in front of her against the fireplace, obnoxiously.
And they don't have a fireplace.
They don't actually. No.
Get me another one.
It's the dishwasher. She just lit a fire in it.
Yeah, she puts a bunch of newspapers in the dishwasher. This is fine. I'm making marshmallows. It's time to go,
Time
Dr.
for
Lid.
bed. Time for bed, dear. Oh, that is fantastic.
So when you're married to a psychologist, does she try to psychoanalyze you at home, or does that not come into play in your arguments?
Oh, it's happened quite often.
Oh, really?
Oh, what a nightmare.
And I get to analyze her, too.
Okay. What's her big issue?
Yeah.
Come on.
Right now, the kids.
How old are the kids?
5.
Oh, yeah, okay. So she's like...
What's wrong with having 5-year-olds?
Do you feel ignored, sir, a little bit? You feel ignored? Even though you love the children, I'm sure, but do you feel a little ignored?
Just sometimes.
Yeah,
just
a little bit. Do you get personal time together? Enough?
Yeah, we manage some.
You
It's
manage
never
some.
enough.
It's never enough, though, right?
Oh, Lydia, yeah.
Yeah, especially after you throw
never
back a
enough for
few.
Lydia.
Yeah.
Sex is better when you've had a few shots of Jack. I'll tell you that. Kind of loosens everything up. Yeah.
We try and get our time in, but it's always a battle.
Yeah.
Because you have kids.
Yeah, not like it used to be.
What
Still hot,
What are
just
the kids like?
infrequent.
What do the kids like to drink? Vodka? What are they?
They would like to try mommy's wine, but I think I'll hold off on that.
Well, you know something? Maybe some of those nights, maybe when mommy and daddy want to be together, but the kids are awake. What's wrong with a little sippy cup with a little Chardonnay in there, right? Puts them right out.
As I say that, I get upset because I realize how generational it is. Ugh.
The kids are speaking to each other. Mommy's having her sleepy juice.
Sleepy juice.
Where's Mom? She's asleep on the floor with her pantyhose down again.
Oh, shit.
She fell asleep, fell off the toilet. She dropped her book.
Are you trying to say she drinks a little?
Yeah, she was sitting on the bowl with a book and she just kind of fell asleep.
Used to just sleeping anywhere.
Yeah.
Just no pillow needed ever.
No, not at all.
Just like
Daddy, Paschetti's coming out of Mommy's mouth.
Yeah. We have to roll Mommy on her side. Daddy says Mommy's going to die like Jimi Hendrix.
I All right, you've convinced me. Back on the wagon.
That's right. It hurts.
Oh, no.
It's the scars we don't see.
Oh, is that it? I like Jimmy's got all the sayings, doesn't he?
I just made that one up.
Scars we don't see. Oh,
Life's what happens when you're making other plans.
Oh, good gravy.
John Lennon.
That's true.
That's a John Lennon quote.
Oh, is it?
Sorry, whatever.
Is that a John Lennon quote?
Absolutely.
I did not know that.
I thought it was sure. I'll sign that.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. To Mark who? Ouch. Ouch again. Ouch again.
Oh, Christ.
Why isn't he shooting her?
So, all right, the twins are 5, and it's kind of hard to get your alone time.
Yeah. That's a universal
Who
problem.
wants sex more between you two?
Gary.
Oh, all right, Gary.
That's why he's the guy that had the idea for the implants. Even though, obviously.
So why doesn't
He's
Lydia?
like, Biff Tannen when he got Lorraine.
I didn't say I didn't want it. I just said he wants it more.
Well, yeah, he's got the poison he's got to get rid of.
Yeah.
That's always
guys.
That's always building.
That builds up. You see it with the students coming up to you talking about that all the time, right? The sex.
I definitely don't want to be a Mrs. Roper. I don't want to be chasing Gary around the bed. I prefer it the other way around.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do the kids get raging hard-ons when they're trying to talk to you about their sex problems?
Fair question.
Oh,
what, man? You don't remember junior high where?
I thought you were talking about other kids.
That has happened.
Yeah.
I have had to ask boys to take their hands out of their pants when they're talking to me.
How creepy.
Wow.
I'm glad I didn't go with my first instinct. This would have been a very awkward interview. Boo. So wait, they actually have it in their pocket. They're playing pocket pool, or their hands are actually in their pants?
It's happened both ways.
Wow.
That's ballsy.
The pocket pool I can live with.
It's like I'm almost done. Be
Actually,
quiet.
in your pants is
pull
sort
down
of disrespectful.
pull down the top of your shirt and shut up. I'm almost finished there.
They'll actually do that while yeah. Come on, Coco. So they'll actually talk to you with their hands in their pants. That's almost like an aggressive thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not.
you could take it that way.
That can't be in it. No one doesn't know they're doing that. That's almost a form of aggression.
We get a lot of kids who are very angry, and
Where'd you go to school? You got a good education or one of those mail-away kind of college?
I got a good education.
Oh, okay.
I went to BU for undergrad, and then I went to Teachers
Boston
College
action. Nice.
for a master's in developmental psych, and then I went to St. John's for school psych and clinical psych for my PhD.
Well, all right. She's got the credentials.
I'm starting to think she's not even a psychologist.
Really? She made it up?
It's all the drinking. It's in her head.
I'm a psychologist.
Let me tell you something.
I'm an astronaut. Let's hang out.
Because people told her she should be a psychologist because she's a good friend on the phone.
Yeah.
She gives pretty good advice. Like, you want to be a psychologist? And then she's just a psycho, so she's like, I am.
You're a great listener. She's passed out on the phone.
She probably just hangs out at a Chuck E. Cheese, just bothering everybody.
Telling them what's wrong with their families.
It's not even a psychologist.
So do you ever have to yell at her, Gary, like, I'm not one of your patients?
Not really. No.
No, in an argument? What's an enraging thing she'll do in an argument? Like, will she take on a certain tone?
Oh, she has many tones.
Oh. You ever get irrationally angry where
Yes.
you realize, I shouldn't be doing this? You analyze yourself afterwards?
No,
Go, why did I get so angry?
I know why I get so angry.
Oh, yeah, you know?
Are you a yeller or a screamer, or do you talk in clipped tones?
I think it can go both ways.
Yeah.
I see that she could get it going, man.
Yeah.
She could brawl.
You can see it in her eyes.
Oh, yeah.
This Lydia doesn't put up with shit when it comes down to it.
Well, I come from Coney Island, so you had to be tough.
Oh, wow, she's one of the warriors.
She's the girl they had to bring back with them.
She's Valerie Valkenburg. Is that her
Yeah.
name? Valerie von Vulcan, whatever her name.
That was a very big movie when I was
It sure
growing
was.
up. Oh, yeah, The Warriors.
She was the girl from Too Close for Comfort.
Yes.
Was in it. She played the dirty girl hanging out with Swan.
Very good.
I don't remember.
She remembers the names
Very
and everything.
good, yes.
I just know.
For what? Yeah. Sorry about that, Warriors. Just that
Yeah.
pair of black lips.
Sorry about that. She was the Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego woman.
didn't
Yes.
know that.
Yes.
Hey, we got older listeners. You want to do some psych shit with Lydia? They got kids out there with their issues.
Why not?
Could give it a try.
Sure.
What age are you an
Uncle
expert
Paul.
at?
I used to also work for the New York City Police Department as a psychologist.
Oh, yeah.
So-
with the cops?
Profiler?
Yeah,
Oh, that
that
must
was a
have been
hard
fun.
job.
What was that? What was that like? What
That
were
was
you?
a hard
What were
job.
you dealing with there?
I was dealing with cops with guns in their mouth in the locker room. You know.
Wait, did you ever actually have to talk to someone with a gun in their mouth? Or you mean when you say guns in the mouth, you mean just kind of like not literally, but
I mean literally.
Oh, really?
I mean the captain
But
calls
the other
up.
way around, trying to shoot out of their mouth and shoot a perpetrator. It's not a good way to hold a gun, boo.
Wait, so they call you in as a cop. He's in his locker area with a gun in his mouth, and you got
My
to talk him out of it.
sergeant's in the locker area. He's got his revolver. He's saying he's going to eat it. We had a hard shift.
I
Who's on
can't
call?
even beat up the anymore. Well, it's not worth living when you can't punch it right in the face. Fucking dashboard cams. They've ruined everything. Why live when the can just walk around?
Oh my God.
Is that the kind of stuff? Yeah.
Some of that.
Some of that.
Who needs a phone book to look up names? So what would you do when you get the call and the guy's in the thing with a gun? Do you actually walk into the room, or how does it work?
Well, it took so long to get there that by the time I got there, they'd
He was
usually...
dead. Which would be tragic.
He heard you were coming.
Jesus.
I'd have to call Highway Patrol. They would come and pick me up, and they always took the scenic route because it was overtime, and then they'd
I
take
just
me.
want to look at your tits.
Perhaps.
Knowing there's a
That's all.
cop with a gun in his mouth, they're taking the scenic road?
Yeah.
Occasionally, I would have to say, you know, guys, this is actually one of your own. Don't take me through Staten Island to get to 1PP.
I don't know him, lady. I don't know him. I'm on the clock here.
I would go and I would talk to them
talk him down.
about, you know, living to see another day.
Did it help them?
It helped them get off the force.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You ever lose one?
Not a cop.
Uh-oh.
Somebody
What'd
else,
you
though.
lose?
I lost a patient once.
Oof.
Do you feel guilty when that happens? Or like, God, I missed that one? Or
No.
how did I miss that? No?
No, sad.
Saw it coming, though, right?
It was someone I tried to hospitalize, but the hospital wouldn't take them.
Insurance?
Yeah, no, they had insurance. The hospital wouldn't keep them. They
Stupid university hospital. Boo.
All right, so you talked, how long did you work cops?
I worked for 2 years.
And why'd you leave that?
I had a 2-year contract.
Oh, okay.
The minute my contract was over, I left.
That was it, huh?
That was a rough one.
Hard job.
Did you see a lot of them crying, miserable?
A lot of cops and very unhappy.
Yeah, it's a rough job.
Rough job, especially in New York City.
What were they? What was the biggest resentment cops had? I'm going to guess it was the fact they felt underappreciated by people.
Pay.
Oh, pay, really?
Pay.
Wow.
It's ridiculous what they get paid.
Ridiculous
It's
amount
so
of money.
Stupid.
For wearing a target on their back and dealing with the people they deal with and protecting the POSs that they sometimes have to go in and protect.
Yeah. Well, there's a great clip on the news today of Alabama cops, by the way, that just got fired.
Video
what
of
a
the
fun
day.
clip that is.
But when you look at that clip, the guy rolled out of his car. He's unconscious. They jump on him. You're like, wow, what dicks. But when you look, do you see earlier in the
Oh,
clip?
my God. He was aiming right for that cop. He jumped out of the way at the last second.
Police
Tried to
chase,
run a cop
They
down.
sort of had like a roadblock with a cop in the road, and this guy swerved right for him. The cop was able to jump out of the way. We got to explain the clip before everyone sees it. And then they're able to knock the car off the road. It rolls, and as it's rolling, the guy rolls out of his own car. He's unconscious, and then you see all the cops running up and just beat the shit out of the guy.
Slid over and got a few
And at first
shots
they only
in.
show that part, and then they give you the long form of the video, and then you can understand why these cops are so upset where they're, beating an unconscious man. And they all got fucking fired.
What kind of
This
camera
bullshit.
caught them?
It was the
dash cam?
Yeah.
Dash cam.
Why don't you park and aim the other way with the fucking dash cam?
Really?
But these guys, brings up a good point to the story, or a good.
Yeah, that's about a year old. That clip. It never came out. People knew about it, but they kind of sat on it. The prosecution that was prosecuting the guy that was thrown out of the vehicle, because obviously a criminal, he's doing things wrong. So the prosecution that is prosecuting this guy wanted the tape as evidence. So they gave him a tape, but they gave him a tape without that pesky little beating part in it. And they needed another copy because there was some kind of problem with the copy of the tape. So they wound up getting the original. And the prosecution saw this and actually had to then go to the defense and say, here, and hand it over to the defense,
So
who
wait-
then went, oh, my God.
So why didn't they just give the prosecutor the same piece of tape they'd given the first time?
Someone made a mistake and just gave them the entire tape. is what happened.
You think that was on purpose?
It might have been.
You got to think.
You never
so.
know. I mean, at that point, though, the guy had already pled guilty and was sentenced to 20 years.
Good.
So he wound up in
And
jail,
now
but
he's
now
suing
he's in
for millions.
he's suing because, and it didn't kill him. He said he never knew that he was beaten because he was unconscious and in this horrific car accident, so he just thought he sustained injuries from that.
That's why they probably thought,
yeah. But the thing is also, and I'm always going to be on the side of the cops, and yes, I am biased in these situations, but I'll just let one thing out here. You never know. That guy got thrown out of the vehicle. I've seen plenty of clips where the guys get thrown out, get up, and just start running. And miraculously start running or shooting or whatever the hell else they're doing.
You don't know for sure he's unconscious. He could be playing
possum with a gun under him, whatever. So they slide over. Did they use excessive force? Sure. This guy slides in. He's sliding into second
That's my
base.
favorite is the guy that just jumps on with his
No,
knees.
this is my favorite. The guy at his head who's just left, right, punching him.
I love how everyone gets their shot in.
Everyone got their shots in, and then...
They only beat him for a fucking minute. What the fuck?
for a minute. Realized he was unconscious.
He tried to kill a cop with a car. It's like that was dumb of them to do. It's like you in this day and age, everything is on videotape. You can't do it.
They were all fired. All 5 cops were fired. I guess they're appealing or something. They're very appealing to me on that video. Boo.
They just wanted to kick his ass because he tried to run a cop down.
Yeah.
Well, we got Lydia in the studio. We got Michelle in Pennsylvania. Has a problem with her child. We'll do a
Hi,
little
guys. How are you?
Hi, Michelle.
How are you?
I have a question for you, Lydia. I have a little 2-year-old, and she is an exceptionally willful child, and she's very independent.
Willful.
But I know that she needs to be strong for, the shit in the world and all that good stuff. How do I get her to kind of do what I need her to do and yet not beat the willfulness? Well, willful, I guess, is the wrong word, but how do I not beat that out of her? All right, screw you. I know I'm boring. I don't give a crap.
That's what you were soliciting, Opie.
I was soliciting hot fucking teen sex stories that Lydia could figure out.
You just said we have some older people listening or people with children.
I'm thinking,
and they can call them with their problems.
Not 2-year-olds that like to wander around a little bit. Sorry, Michelle.
Go ahead.
It's okay.
Michelle, one thing that's important to understand is that at 2 years old, your child, is it a girl you said? Your daughter? Your daughter is exploring her world and trying to operate on her environment. She's not being willful. She's doing what she's supposed to do. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what's going on at home, but kids that age are testing the boundaries of their abilities. They're just becoming physical in this world. And they're learning words. For example, no is a very big word.
It's a very bad word.
Favorite.
Oh, Uncle Paul.
And that's perfectly natural and normal, and you wouldn't want her to do anything else. What specifically are the problems that you're dealing with?
Well, she started throwing temper tantrums at 1, and I was understanding that's pretty young for that. And I do the old, walk away, ignore it, the whole kind of thing. But, she's really escalating. She's now starting to hit me. And, I'll tell her no, I'll hold her hand, and then I'm done with it. I don't force it, down her throat, but I do correct her. But, at the same time, and then she just sulks for a while. You know what I mean? Like, she just seems more mature.
She's raising a bitch.
Than any other. I'm raising a what?
You're raising a bitch.
I'm trying not to. That's what I'm doing here. I'm trying not to make another bitch in the world to ruin a man's life.
You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're correcting her behavior. You could start adding time out, but it's a minute per age, so that would be 2 minutes.
Who came up with that? A minute per age?
Probably a 1-year-old.
Per year, right.
A minute per year. Wow.
I think that what you ought to do is, I always found a good spanking helps.
Over the pants?
No.
Bare bottom spanking?
All right, Michelle.
Yeah, both of us. They
Lydia,
never learn.
Jimmy, I think I have an idea of what your psychological intervention would be every time.
Oh.
Lydia, how do you feel about spanking and hitting a child?
I do not advocate corporal punishment. I believe that when you hit a child, you
military got to do with it.
Well, we all got hit.
Exactly. Who cares if he's a lieutenant?
I got hit growing up.
Punishment. That's
we
what I
all
like.
got hit growing up. What's the big
yes.
deal?
And look at us.
Nah,
we
exactly.
drink like fish.
Nah, there's a few parents that always took it too far, but in general, it was
Other kids' parents were allowed to hit you.
Yeah, that was
amazing.
The weirdest thing. I'm like, why the fuck are you hitting me? You're not my father.
Like, yeah.
You're so right, though. That was the thing growing up.
Yeah.
If you went over someone else's house,
it's like Mrs. fucking what's her name hit me today, and the mother go, well, you must have done something stupid.
Yeah. They didn't even question it.
You can't do that anymore.
My mother dragged me to someone's house and she screamed at a woman for slapping me.
Really?
Yeah, some neighborhood woman had slapped me. My mother marched me over there.
A hooker? When she go over to a hooker's house? He wanted a blowjob.
That's right. My son paid for a half and half. My son wanted it around the world. And, yeah, can't do that now.
We got another parent checking in. John in Jersey. John.
Yes, Lydia, I have a 5-year-old daughter who has recently been touching herself. My wife said she had her pants down the other day under the covers and she was touching herself.
It's very common, isn't it?
And I asked her, and I don't think it's that big a deal, but I asked her the other day, Kylie, why do you do this? I just used my daughter's name.
Because it feels good, stupid.
And she said, I like to, and her eyes kind of rolled back in her head. She was kind of embarrassed, but I don't know if there's any harm in it. Just
I like to. Oh, God. Just as long as she doesn't say, I wish my fingers were as big as the neighbors.
Oh, my God. Hey, Gary liked that one, Ed.
I'm glad that Uncle Paul hasn't chimed in just yet.
Oh, he's chiming in all right.
That's perfectly normal.
Perfectly?
Sure.
Uncle Paul's hands on the table.
Let's go to the expert. Lydia, what's that about?
That's fine. You know, kids discover their sexuality right about this age. And
At 5?
Yeah.
What the fuck was I doing wrong?
You weren't touching yourself?
You
when
weren't getting
were 5?
boners at 5?
5?
I was getting boners at 5. Yeah.
No.
I mean, but as long as she does it at home, I mean, I don't want her at the neighbor's house. She takes off her clothes at home. She dances around naked. It's too much.
Dances around naked?
You're raising a good egg.
Yeah, believe me.
She's a psychopath. There's no question. She's going to scare guys away. And
Get her my first poll.
Do you want my information or what? Anthony, 10 years from now, I'll give you my number. You can get in touch with me.
Yeah, there you go. At the ripe old age of 15.
That's nice, sir.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Come on, I'm only kidding.
I've heard a lot of parents though talk about that. The kids just start fucking jamming their hands down their pants at like 5, 6 years old.
That's fine. That's normal. Your job
Yeah, then
is...
they want to give you a fucking cookie. They got their hands down their pants, and they're like, get out of here. That's why kids are filthy. I don't want to touch them. Yeah.
Hey, Lydia, drinking the drink there. You're going to give me shit about this. Come on. You sound worse in the studio than you do on the phone. Seriously, you have a tough voice. I'm just saying.
She's very sexy in person, though.
She's pretty sexy in person.
I don't want to give you a hard time. I'm just saying. Whatever. All right. Don't insult me.
I wouldn't even debate you, sir. I know that my voice leaves a lot to be desired. That's why I had to come down and prove I wasn't as big of a mess as I sounded.
Well, yeah, lighten up, dude.
You sound like
she's
the typical Long Island Yenta.
No.
Doing body shots or something.
I think Lydia sounds very smart, and I like Lydia. I like Lydia. Just
Hey, Lydia, what do you think of this this shitty mother and her 13-year-old son with cancer, and she doesn't want to take these freaky religious people? You don't know that one?
I didn't hear about that.
They're on the lam now because the court was going to step in and take the kid from the mother and say he's getting chemotherapy because he has a 90% chance of recovery if he gets it, and a
10%.
Well, it's a 5% survival rate if he doesn't.
Well, where does the other 5 go? Limbo? What do you become a superhero?
Well, they throw 5% out just because it gets everything sloppy. I don't know what that is, but that's what they said.
It's 90% recovery rate, but 5% that he wouldn't recover.
If he didn't
then
get
there's
the treatment.
5% that
Nobody knows.
you
get
have a fucking pudding factory coming out of your skull.
Well, what else we got for John before he leaves, Lydia?
John, I just wanted to say that is normal, and your job is to teach your daughter what's appropriate and not appropriate about sexuality. It's not appropriate for her to touch herself outside of, say, the bathroom or her bedroom. If she wants to touch herself, she should do that in private. Don't make her feel embarrassed about her body. It's okay to dance around the house, but you may want to point out that she's getting a little old to be dancing around the house naked, and maybe she should put on her bathing suit.
something sexy. Oh my God.
All right, John. Let's go on to Craig in Rochester. Craig.
Lydia. My 3-year-old nephew, has a foot fetish. And it's been going on since he was about 2. He constantly crawls under the table, pulls people's socks off, and starts stroking their feet. And they just lay there for hours doing it. They've been correcting him, his parents have, and yell at him and tell him to stop, but he keeps doing it. Should I take my kids away from him? Is he going to be a psycho when he grows up?
He's either going to be a rapist or a podiatrist.
One or the other.
How old is he?
3.
He's 3.
Wow.
And he's doing it since he was 2.
Well, I really don't know what to say about that. I don't want to give you bad news, but the truth is that paraphilias like foot fetishes don't go away. If people are lucky, when they grow up and mature, they find a partner who will work with them on that. I wouldn't keep my kids away from him, but they may want to keep their shoes on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's going to change.
All right. Thanks for the good news.
Where does the foot fetish come from?
Yeah, what is that?
Do we know?
There are some theories about that.
Yeah, it's mommy's toes and looks like cleavage and all that crap when you're crawling around the floor. I've heard that theory.
I think those psychodynamic theories are sort of outdated, like Anthony was saying about the analysis of the Rorschachs. That stuff's sort of outdated.
Yeah, okay.
Although lots of people still believe in it, Opie, I don't mean to.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a psychologist.
Rorschachs.
A lot of people believe that the way the paraphilias start is there's a moment of excitement that happens to be combined with an object, like a foot or something, and it just
could
gets
just be this singular moment that just ingrains it in your head.
One time.
Wow, that would be weird, huh?
What?
Your whole life takes a new path because
of one lousy thing that happened.
You equate some good moment with an object.
You're doomed to a lifetime of creeping girls out by getting a rod when you rub their feet. A lifetime of ended relationships. They see you smelling their toes.
Yeah, I remember that. Having a great moment. I was nice, warm, cozy, and just saw a bottle of beer. It's all over at that point.
I don't know. Let's see if Joe's got a good one. Joe in Tampa. Joe.
Hey, boys. Good morning.
Hello.
I got a twofold question. One, when is Dr. Lydia getting her own Saturday Night Fire show? And
True.
I have a 7-year-old, and I have a 4 and a 5-year-old. She likes to play the mommy and the boss and inflict punishment on the other girls. How can I stop her from doing this?
The way to stop her from doing that would be to stop doing that to her. What she's doing is she's working out the issues in her life by gaining control over them by exercising them on the younger children. So I imagine that she gets punished, and probably rightfully so and appropriately.
That's true, yes.
And then she works through those feelings probably of resentment and anger by instead becoming the mommy herself and punishing the bad child. And so now she gains control over it. It's actually called identification with the aggressor.
Okay.
You got a name for everything.
What the
a name
fuck?
for everything.
You could, wow, you know all that with a hangover? That's amazing.
I don't have a hangover.
Fuck, it's
Today.
amazing. Today. Yeah, this is a very good question coming in from Bill in Carolina. Bill.
Oh, Bill.
Hey.
Hey.
When's this bitch going to shut up and show her tits?
Oh, you know,
What type of fresh talk is
that? We try to just have some type of intelligent conversation with
you
our
disagree
listeners.
with Bill?
Not at all. But I'm just saying we try. I say we fail every time, but we try.
You spent all that money and now it's going to waste.
Yeah, do you show off your boobs in front of Gary?
Just in front of Gary.
Oh,
They're Gary's. He paid for them, or his mom did.
Gary, can we rent him for a couple minutes?
Rent them?
I don't think so.
All right. I'll figure it out.
Rent the guy's wife's tits?
Just to look at it. He's
Yeah,
But
Jimmy's
thanks
with
for
me.
asking.
Amazing.
Well, that means we want to see him.
I appreciate it.
You ever videotape yourselves going at it? Something like that? Yeah.
Not that I know of.
Gary.
Gary has a hidden toilet cam hookup. Gary's a creep, and she has no idea. Lydia's been online in a news group for 10 years.
Little pin tip camera in one of those clippers. You get the close-ups.
Are the phone calls going well? I don't even know.
Sure.
The psychobabble, I don't know. Let's go to Steve in Houston. Steve.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey.
It's they.
Hey, what's up? Listen, got two little
Hello.
kids,
a 3-year-old and a 4.5. They don't listen to me for shit. I have to call their names out like 5 or 6 times before they come over to me or whatever, before I get to the point where I'm yelling at them.
Check their
My
hearing.
wife-
Exactly.
Deaf.
Try candy.
Did you check their hearing?
My wife says to
Mr.
me,
Keller,
"Stop yelling
Steve
at the
Keller
kids,
calling.
talk to them."
Hold on, Steve.
Yeah, really. We're having fun with your deaf.
Anthony's making deaf jokes.
Sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
All right, what? What do we
So,
miss?
my wife says to me, stop yelling at them. They're not going to listen to you, but the only way they will listen to me is if I friggin' yell at them. What the hell?
Lots of parents have this problem, and it turns out we have it at home too. The more you yell, the more accustomed they are to the volume in your voice, and the louder you have to yell to get their attention. They turn selectively deaf. I suggest a sticker chart.
I'm sorry?
A sticker
I
chart
think
with...
I saw that on, what was that nanny show?
Oh, maybe. They use a lot of behavioral techniques.
And it's like if
what's
they
that?
do certain things, they get a little sticker put on there. And if it's good things like, oh, they helped clean up or something, they get a little sticker. And it makes it like, they want to get more stickers.
Something like that. What I
We
would
just went,
suggest
"Ugh."
is a reward for X number of stickers, and you arrange with the children, when Daddy calls your name, you come over to Daddy and say, yes, Daddy, and you get a sticker.
Can I tell you a little observation? None of this stuff really works because Lydia has 5-year-olds at home, and she was nodding, and Gary was nodding. They don't listen to you. So why are you giving advice to other parents?
Do you have stickers, Charles?
They're
Yes,
just being,
we do.
Oh.
And it barely works, right, Gary?
It works.
My father had something similar. It was called the strap. He would take it off of his belt and hit us with it.
He'd sticker his fist to your lips.
Yes, that was another.
And had the spaghetti chart.
Yes, they would sticker to the wall.
Right.
Well, anytime Mommy and Daddy would yell, the food for dinner would stick on the wall, and it was that made an impact. Yeah.
Studies have shown that physical punishment works immediately, but actually increases the behavior that you're trying to stop, but sends it underground. Because kids smarten up. They do it more, but they do it where they can't be caught.
A little more covert.
And does spanking take on sexual overtones?
I think it can.
Yeah, there's a fine line there.
My mom hit my wiener once with the tip of the strap. Yeah. My dad was a pro with the strap. You can't just go in and think you're going to be a pro like that. That was major leaguer with the strap. He knew how to hit with it. My mom, after my dad went out to California, my mother thought, she was going to step up and be able to come up from the minors and use the strap. So she didn't fold the fucking thing over like Dad did. Dad doubled it and got in there and whack, gave you a good one on the ass. And that was about it. Mom had it just out straight. I was rolled over, like, in the bunk bed, the bottom bunk. That's where you ran when you knew you were getting hit because they couldn't get a good overhand swing because it would hit so they'd have to go kind of sidearm. But Mom didn't know what she was doing, so she hit, and the fucking strap tip wrapped around my waist and made a bullwhip sound crack right on the tip of my wiener. Ow. And I let out a scream. And she dropped the strap. She's like, I'm sorry. Oh, my God. It's like, you hit my wee-wee.
Maybe you really don't have a
and then
big...
she kissed it all better. Whore.
And then you realize she never hit it. You just psyched her out.
Maybe you really don't have a big hog and the swelling just hasn't gone down yet.
Yeah, it's still swollen.
It's
I need
still
some
swollen
ice.
from Mommy.
I just need ice on it.
What a great point, though, because you got hit by both your parents, but your dad knew how to hit a baseball and a softball. You ever have a family gathering and Mom's at the plate trying to take a few swings?
Stupid.
That same shit was happening when she was trying to hit you properly.
Dad had a great swing on him when he. Sometimes he didn't even have to use it. He could take that belt of his, put it on the doorknob. When me and Joe were talking a little too much in the bedroom, he'd put that on the doorknob, and just the buckle swinging on the door would be like, and then we. Don't talk. Well, because the next step from the belt loops to the doorknob was the doorknob to your ass.
I never understood that because, God forbid, because you had a similar situation. You shared a room with one of your brothers, and when they tell you to go to bed, it's way too fucking early, obviously. And you're excited to be alive, like, holy shit, isn't this life shit cool? And they're yelling at you for the excitement of being alive.
Opie, it had nothing to do with us
They
talking.
just wanted to fuck.
It had, no, not even that. It had nothing to do with the talking. I believe he was very angry, and I think he was very angry at his life in general, how it was working out. And there we were, having fun, talking about things, and we had our whole futures laid out in front of us.
How
I think that
enraging.
angered him a little bit. Would you concur?
I would say that would be enraging.
Just say concur.
Concur.
All right.
What would he have done
Thank
if,
you,
if
Lydia.
he hung the belt and you just opened the door and yelled, "Hey, fucko, you left something," and slammed the door shut?
Holy shit! Wow, would that have been a faux pas? I would, if that would have meant sure death. I said, like, he heard me say masturbate once and like almost like knocked me out.
Well, he said, "That's not what we're doing together."
And I was singing Celebrate, dance to the music, and then I went masturbate.
See,
And he's like, what are you doing? Don't use that language.
That's fun kid stuff.
Use that fucking language, you little shit fuck.
I don't want...
It's like, well, I learned it from you, okay? I learned it from you. And we did shots.
I don't want to lose this guy. We'll go back to your horrific upbringing in a second. But first, Dominic in the Poconos, because this is a really good one.
Dominic.
Hey, guys. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. My son has stopped shitting in the toilet, and I don't know if it's a medical problem or if he just doesn't want to go. And, like, he'll shit in his pants all the time. But not like shit, but we have to force him to go. He'll hide in the corner. I don't know what the hell to do.
Fear of the toilet, huh?
Yeah, Lydia, how do you get these kids to shit?
How old is your son?
4.
14.
You're raising a comedian.
Took a long time for you to shit in the toilet, Jimmy?
I would only shit in my own toilet, and I would mess in my pants a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I was a
I remember that story about you shitting in school, and the girl said, you used to smell like you crapped in your pants.
No, Kelly Howell, I had such a crush on her, and she went, "Did you go poops in your pants?" And I was like, "Yeah." No, I was like, "Yeah, right."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're stupid.
And I was rusty.
Yeah, you weren't lying. You said, yeah, right.
Is that sexual shame, Lydia?
Yeah, what's up with the 4-year-old not shitting in the toilet?
Some kids are really scared of the toilet. They're scared about what's going to happen to their shit when it goes down the toilet.
It goes bye-bye.
And they don't like that idea.
Yeah.
Because it comes out of them.
It comes out of them, and then it goes away forever and ever.
And sometimes they're afraid that they're going to go down the toilet. It's just a very
They
sort
might.
of scary apparatus. Do you use a potty seat?
Yes.
Do you use...
Does your kid?
That's right. The potty seat has thumbtacks on it. He's a very bad father. And crazy glue on the potty seat.
They have a real laugh. Yeah. He's just trying to get a good YouTube video.
His hiney testicles get stuck to the potty seat and he cries for 3 days.
Have you tried the separate potty that's not on the toilet? Not a seat on the toilet?
Yeah, but his shit is like rock hard, too, when he goes. Sometimes it actually clogs the toilet.
Wow, maybe he's holding it in.
He's definitely holding it in because he's afraid to go, and it's now become such a big issue. You know what I would tell you? I would tell you to totally back off the issue, take one day off, or spend a weekend, give him a laxative, go to your doctor, ask for a child laxative.
I'm finger pain.
And put the actual potty like wherever he watches TV or wherever he relaxes, and just make him sit 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off with the laxative. It takes a while.
Let's work with a kid. Just get a cat box.
Yep.
I actually gave him a laxative once, and he shit while he was sleeping.
That's cute.
Well, you have to be careful with the timing.
Yeah.
Laxatives are a lot like booze.
Yeah. I gave him a laxative, and then I sent him on a 5K run. Good.
I would suggest you speak to your pediatrician.
That's a good idea.
The old pass the buck. I
could
like
be a
it.
little physical issue here, too.
Lydia, do your kids shit properly?
I concur.
They do now. We did have a problem with one child who didn't like to use the toilet.
Yeah.
And we did something very similar. It worked out just fine.
Well, Anthony
They both shit totally normally now.
Anthony suggested the cat box. Would that be detrimental if you took like the loudspeaker and you stood the kid in the living room with the cat box and screamed, "Go, I'm going to chop your penis off"?
Use the cat box or I chop your little penis off. Use the cat box. Use it.
Shit now. Shit.
Shit now. What's wrong with you? Why aren't you shitting? I will fucking end you. Shit in the cat box. Why are you running away?
Oh my God! Would that traumatize a little child?
You know,
I want Anthony to be a father so bad. I would love to hear the stories every day.
Isn't that about control too? When you're not shitting too, like if you hold in your shit, that's got something to do with control.
Absolutely.
Oh, it could. Yeah. Look at I'm controlling shit.
Kids have very little control. They have so little control.
Basically means you're raising a Yankees manager. Boo.
Yeah, they won 8 games.
Yeah, did they?
Yeah, good. Yeah, doing all right. Hey, let's go to Jason. We get a little older child.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to Jason, Virginia Beach.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hi, man. Hey, Jay.
Hey, Lydia. My life right now is kind of screwed up. About a week ago, my daughter got first off, her and my wife are getting a divorce. My wife and I are getting a divorce, and she's kind of upset at that. And about a week ago today, she started hitting me in the back of my head, and I got scratches all over my arm because she's so upset. To make a long story short, I adopted her at 2 years old. And my wife, out of spite, told her that I wasn't her father.
Oh, good one.
And it really upset me. I wasn't there for this story. She took her down to the ocean front and told her by herself without any of the other family members there. My parents wanted to be there, 15 years ago to tell her, but my wife was totally against it. I was always wanting to tell her because it's just a weight on my shoulders. And to do that out of spite, I'm just worried. She's a straight-A student at a university, and I just don't want anything. Well, it probably already has psychologically damaged her, but I haven't talked to her in a week, and I don't foresee myself talking to her for a long time for what she did to me. If I would, my dad was like Anthony's dad. If I would have done that to my father, he would have totally just beat the living shit out of me. All I did was just walk away from the situation, and I honestly drove back to my apartment crying because of how she treated me. And for all this, going through the divorce, we also have a 1.5-year-old son together, and she's kind of keeping him from me. Even though I do get him on the weekends, but I can't go by the house during the week to see him, and it's really killing me with my son. I can't see my son, my daughter issue, and my divorce, and I'm just really kind of...
The wife sucks. I wonder if that's how the wife is trying to get the daughter to side with her and feel closer to her in the divorce.
Happens. Of course
like,
that
you and I are blood, and he technically adopted you, so you should side with me.
That's fucked up when parents get divorced and then put the kid in the middle. Couple things happening here, Lydia. Now, is this normal that a lot of people make a pact to never tell their kid that they're adopted?
People
Either the
do
kid
that,
is black
but
and
it's
they're
a
white.
mistake. It's always a mistake.
Always a mistake?
Always a mistake. Because things like this come up and, bite you on the ass later.
Right.
Well, my wife was always worried about her coming off like a whore in front of her daughter. That's a direct quote of what she said to me. She didn't want her daughter, well, she's my daughter too. She didn't want her to come across negatively to her daughter, but now I'm the dick and I look negative to her, where I've always wanted to freaking tell her.
Well, who's the biological father?
I know his name. I just don't want to give it out.
I don't mean what's his name, but I mean, do you know him, or does the wife still know him?
Did they have a relationship? Did they?
No, they don't have a relationship. They lost. I honestly don't know, because she made a contact. She made a comment this past weekend after she told her. I go, well, is she going to contact her father? And she said, well, how do you know that he hasn't already through the years? So I don't know the truth, Jimmy. I really don't know the truth at this point.
Would you be jealous? Would you be jealous if she met her biological father, they became best friends and started going on vacation together and just hanging out?
I don't think he's that type of guy. From what I've heard, I think he was and he may have changed his life around in 17 years. I'm kind of hoping that she does look, because we've always had money. We've always had nice houses. I've given her everything she's ever wanted, which is a mistake on my behalf, because she grew up to be a spoiled little kid. And from what I understand, he was into drugs. And so hopefully, maybe one day she will contact him and see what type of life she could have had versus the type of life that I provided her. But I always have believed in the premise of nature versus nurture. I loved her with all my heart, but she always had that kind of rejection to me because of that biological connection we never had. And it just goes back, I don't know if it's her father's genes, her mother's genes, or whatever. But I was always wanting her to contact or to know that I wasn't her father, because I think medical history is very important to a person. And, I mean, hell, she couldn't go by my medical history, and I don't know what type of diseases her father's side of the family has. And I've always worried about that. Keeping this secret for 17 years just really has worn me down over the years.
When she was yelling at you after you...
Hello? We must have been disconnected. Was that guy still talking?
What happened?
Me and Danny were going through
what happened?
Britney Spears in a bikini pictures during that whole conversation.
Oh, is that Britney
I was twittering.
Spears?
Yeah.
Was something going on?
Going through. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Poor guy.
I don't.
What do you?
Oh, you make a good hole for the show. Nice.
Oh,
guys.
No.
He had a problem, guys.
What do we do with that guy, Lydia? He's probably
he's in a bunch of shit. He's just pouring his guts out. Like he wanted a free session.
We don't mind if you pour your guts out on the show, but
spill them quickly.
And one gut at a time. One gut at a time.
Exactly. He was untangling them, laying them out. Like,
come on, all right?
Spill them.
He's got to go talk to his daughter and man up with the wife and insist on seeing his son.
He's got to tell her, look, this was the pact I made with your mother. I wasn't happy about it, but I figured it was the best for you and everybody involved. But, I want to make it clear that this is what I should be a psychologist.
I knew people that have been
You should be a psychologist, Opie. I've said that many times.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, we always say he should be in a psychologist's office.
Yes.
Not behind the desk.
He should be a psychologist so you can look in the mirror and go, what are you doing wrong?
It's just mirrored walls.
Yeah, but the psychologists and the psychiatrists, they're the ones that are fucked up. That's why you could, discuss this shit. Right, Lydia?
That's true.
Me and you, Lydia. All we have to do is get rid of Gary. We'll make a perfect team.
I know a lot of people, though, that have been divorced and the wife, mom, turns the kids against the dad a lot of times. It happens the other way around, but more than not, it happens where the wife turns the kids against the father, especially easier at an earlier age. To have that kind of influence on a kid.
Yeah, what is that about? Because to me, it's like, that's just crazy. Why would you do that to your kid?
You're just fucking your kid up.
It's human nature. Yeah. My parents are divorced. My father was always very negative about my mother.
Yeah? Did it do anything to you? Because you said you didn't have that good a relationship with your mom.
It definitely made me see her through different eyes, absolutely.
More accurate eyes or because sometimes maybe
somewhat.
I think regardless they should keep their mouths shut, especially when you're a child. Maybe let them grow up and figure out what each parent is like on your own. Even if your mother is a bitch or something like that, the father shouldn't be like, oh Christ, try living with her. She was a bitch the whole time. But at some point, I guess they'll figure it out themselves, but parents should just kind of maybe shut up about the,
I think what happens, though, is, parents...
The other one.
Parents should do a lot of things, but parents are people, too. Their kids are their kids, but here they are hurting someone they loved. You went through a divorce. It may
but you know what it is? If you want to hurt the other person, it's fine and dandy, but then you drag the kids that you love into it. There's no thinking going on. There's no thinking of future consequences. There's just this immediate anger, and let me get back at this one for being an idiot or an asshole or something like that. And, there's collateral damage there, Lydia. Collateral damage.
My friend's parents went through a divorce, and it definitely messed them up, I think.
Yeah? Who's that?
My friend Ted.
Really? Ted?
Yeah.
It made him very industrious, I think.
My mother and father were divorced. They turned each other against me. They said, it's your fault, Teddy. The Shecklers were the laughing stock of the neighborhood.
The Shecklers. Did your mom go back to her maiden name?
No, my mother started sleeping with men who weren't of the white persuasion. My father said, it's your fault, Theodore. They hit me with a bag of duty.
Oh, poor Ted.
Yes, Ted really had a horrible upbringing.
My father would carry around Glad bags of his own feces. And he would slap me with them across the forehead and ears.
Poor Ted. Wow, that's awful.
It certainly is, Anthony.
That's for little Ted.
So tell the parents not to do that, right, Lydia?
Don't do that.
Don't put your
Pat.
kids in the
Don't
middle
do
of the
that.
fucking divorce thing. I when I lived in Huntington, it was like a 2-family house, and the landlord lived there with his 2 daughters. He was in the middle of a horrific divorce, and I can't tell you how many times the cops had to show up.
That's always a good one.
Yeah.
Because the
sucks.
mother would come to drop the kids off, huge argument. The kids are on the lawn crying their eyes out. I'm like, why would you fucking do this to the kids?
Yeah.
More than once with the cops.
People would rather see their kids cry than think that their son or daughter loves the person who threw them out
Really?
more than them.
Wow. All right, Lydia, we got one more question, but I think we're gonna end in style here. We got Chad in Binghamton. Chad, last question for Lydia, then we got to get her out of here.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I caught my kids messing with a window a couple weeks ago and gave my son, who's 5, a spanking for it. He left the room, and I hear my 2-year-old daughter say, "You gotta spank me too, Daddy?" And I turn around and look, and she's on all 4s with her ass in the air and her head turned, looking at me, just grinning. That fucked me up enough. I did it, and she didn't cry or anything.
And you did spank her?
Spanked her after that?
What's wrong with you?
Oh, you are horrible.
Okay, I think that was your first mistake.
Completely fucked me up.
Why did you spank her?
Because she scared me.
She scared you?
How old is she?
2.
Almost 3.
All right.
You've got quite the little girl there,
She
sir.
is going to be a good one when
Yeah.
she gets older.
You're going to have a lot of problems in the next few years.
You're
Well,
right,
normally,
Opie.
even the threat of spanking her makes her cry.
You were right. This is like a real stumper.
Yeah. What do you do in that situation?
I know.
Obviously, you don't spank the kid.
Yeah, sir, I'd really, actually, I'm sorry to turn this around on you, but I have to ask where your judgment was when that happened. What were you thinking? What were you thinking?
Mainly, it just messed me up enough that I couldn't think straight.
There's a good reason to stop spanking your kids.
Are you kidding, sir? He's kidding.
You fucker.
What a dick.
I was only kidding. That's a good one.
I was kidding. Spanking, disciplining.
Don't let everyone off the hook. You want everyone to think it's real. You dope.
That is crazy.
Good one, Chad. Thank you.
If that would have been...
You want to go?
No problem.
You want to go real serious? You
Oh,
wanna,
my God.
You
this
want to go
one
real
sounds
serious? Or you want to end
awful.
here?
Oh, yeah, let's go with the awful.
Real serious, or we end here?
If it's going to be a suicide, then...
Or no?
Okay.
No.
Because that's real serious to me.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, I'm, you know.
You want to leave?
Yeah, let her rip.
It's going to be a real moment. I know you can't handle these real moments.
I handle real moments.
Yeah, watch how uncomfortable
Who is
I
this
get.
bitch?
Hello.
Hello.
Who's this?
This is Joe from Long Island.
Hey, Joe.
Hello,
How are
Joe.
you?
I'm okay. I was hearing your discussion, and I'm divorced 7 years. I had 2 children. My 17-year-old daughter, 5 years ago, died in a car accident because my ex-wife told her that I would not put her through college. And my 19-year-old son doesn't talk to me today. What do I do?
Well, a little detail. So the 17-year-old daughter killed herself with a car?
No. She didn't kill herself. She was on the way home from a job.
Right.
Because she took a job because my ex-wife told her that I wouldn't pay for her to go to college.
Oh.
And on the way home from that job one night, she was killed in a car accident.
Oh, man.
But you're saying that it was because you were not sending her to college. I mean, that's not why.
No, it's because if he would have paid for college,
Right, she wouldn't have been
she
there
wouldn't have had
working,
the
right.
job, which means she wouldn't have been on the road, and she wouldn't have died in the car accident. So it's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
Is that why you-
also, the car that was given to her was one of those old Saturns that folded up like paper, and my brother-in-law gave it to her.
There's plenty of guilt to go around, huh?
Oh, big time.
Is that
Big
why your
time.
son's not talking to you?
No, my son doesn't talk to me because of whatever my ex-wife has told her, and she made our divorce a living hell that lasted 4 years.
because she was only interested in property and money.
First off, let me let you off the hook. Your daughter's death is not your fault.
I know that it's not my fault. I grieve my daughter's death, but I still it hurts terribly that my ex-wife would actually say this to a child.
It's hard to believe that someone you once loved could hate you so much, to be so cruel.
Well, like I said, it was all about having a boyfriend and money and getting everything that she wanted, which in course she did.
It sounds like this is still so fresh for you, like it happened yesterday.
I'm divorced since 2002, and my daughter died 2 months after our divorce.
You can't bring your daughter back. There's nothing you can do about that except to let go of the guilt.
Shit. For the first time ever, I am so uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, I've let go of the fact that my daughter died, needlessly, and I grieve her. And I also forgave my ex-wife for what she did, even though she doesn't believe it. I wrote her a letter telling her that. Because you know what? If I carry around this pain and this anger, it only destroys me.
Yeah.
Have you tried to talk to your son?
Yeah, he talks to me. Dad, let's see. You got money? Dad, how's my medical and dental benefits? But other than, asking for money or for medical or dental benefits. It doesn't go any further than that.
It's hard to hear this stuff. I think you hear that the boys are having a little trouble hearing this stuff, sir.
Yeah, I know that they are, but that's okay. I understand their motives.
You have to try and reach out to your son in any way you can.
She's dead!
Yeah, I try to reach out to him, but he's very non-cooperative.
Keep trying. You can't control how he reacts. All you can do is control your attempts.
True.
That way, if God forbid you died tomorrow, you knew you did everything in your power to make that relationship better.
Are you kidding me? My son tells me he wouldn't come to my funeral.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
He will have to live with that grief and lack of closure with you, sir, but you don't have to live with that. You do everything you can to make things right and know that you've done everything you can. No one can do more than that.
Okay?
Okay, terrific.
Okay, terrific.
Good luck, sir. Sounds like a tough situation.
Thank you very much, and have a good day, boys.
Oh, take it easy. Sorry about your loss.
Got it, man.
Still gonna be okay.
I am, I've never actually been grateful to not have a sound clip machine. I'm
so mean.
Wow.
Oh, God.
I didn't do anything.
Funny, but mean.
He doesn't like real moments.
What? Is that what it is? I get you uncomfortable? I have to do stuff to...
Lydia, this has been terrific. I think you should do we do Saturday Night Viruses anymore? I don't even know if we do, Dan.
Oh, that makes me feel really good. Nope.
No, we just adjusted the schedule, right? For real.
No, it's been the same as
Dr. Steve
4
just
years.
called me an ass.
Did he?
Dr. Steve just texted me, yeah, you ass.
Oops. We should give her a little virus action.
They're available when when others are available.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, they have not been available.
That's
recently.
what I mean. That's what I'm getting
It's
at.
still going on. It's just becoming more difficult to
yeah,
put
there's
people.
less and less, and there's confusion out there. That's all. I'm getting it out there for people. We should give Lydia a little action when we can.
Sure. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Virus action, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, a little little radio on the weekend. Got to keep it fun though, Lydia. You can't psychobabble until they fall asleep though.
I'll bring my Rorschach cards for that, Opie.
Yeah, I wish you would have
she'll
brought
fit right
those.
in. Visual bits on the radio.
I actually did.
Yeah.
I did bring them, Anthony.
Oh, did you?
I can show them to you during the break.
All right.
Hey,
I want to look at a couple. Yeah.
Hey, to BS in New York, go fuck yourself. Have a heart. Hey, Opie, how about some dead dad jokes, you prick? I had nothing to do with that when you fucking
It was
asshole.
me,
you
dummy.
cocksucker. Why don't you
And my
listen closely
dad's
to the
dead,
radio?
too.
I was the one who said, for the first time ever, I'm uncomfortable. So go fuck yourself. Go fuck your mother, you cock.
My dad's dead too. Ha ha. You're still alive. Ha ha. You still have to go through the pain. Ha ha ha. When he dies, go fuck yourself.
You piece of shit. I had nothing to do with that one.
Mine's all over. I can have nice thoughts of pleasant times and even uncomfortable ones now, but he's dead and that's fine. You still have to go through it. Ha 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 ha. I hope it's soon and tragic.
Loser. Go away. Lydia, this was great. We're going to have you back.
That was That was really uncomfortable, but I really laughed.
Yes.
It's like when you're not supposed to laugh. That was so...
That's one of those things
It's a very
that I
sad
said.
story.
It's like I thought about it and probably shouldn't have done it and just thought about it, but I actually did it,
After the
Lydia.
first
Yeah,
sound
then you
effect.
did it.
Yeah, see? That was the bad part.
It's very rare that I'm shocked on the show. And when I heard that first sound effect, I could not believe I just heard that.
It was horrible.
That was a cringe moment.
Very inappropriate.
I'm going to feel very bad later when I think about that.
Oh, you should.
I will.
Well, we got to take a
like
break.
After the show, I'll be like, that was probably mean to make the man feel bad.
He sort of went with it.
Yeah, sometimes.
Thanks for your hospitality,
Then again,
guys.
you don't call.
No problem.
Even though it's sad, it's hard to call the Opie and Anthony show, and
Exactly. Thank you, Jimmy,
you know it is.
for rationalizing it for me.
Yeah, not to say that you're not garbage.
I'm not garbage.
But in Anthony's defense, anyone who calls, myself included, has to know that you know they're opening themselves up to be. You got to be able to take it.
The big-titted shrink is right.
Speaking of which, they need a picture of her, so we should go to break. And I should tweet a
I
picture
did
of
that
Lydia.
already.
Yeah, not the time.
Ooh.
No, I didn't.
No?
I lied.
Go to break.
All right.
You can tweet from
Right
the
back.
head down.
Why are we watching Master Poe videos? What did I miss?
Because they exist.
Why aren't we? Is the question when we're not.
For those who aren't, you're all missing it.
Yeah. We watch a lot of things during commercial breaks. This is great. He's doing a Desi Arnaz dance or something.
Where was all this?
Where is he?
At the mall. What's wrong with you guys?
This is an exercise demonstration
I
of
wanna be
body rock.
I want to be a part of Body Rock.
My picture of
I miss
Lydia's
Master
assets are up. OP Radio on Twitter.
Wow, I'm going to have to take a look at
She
that.
goes,
done that.
She goes, I don't know, was it on the radio when she goes, I want a picture from the head down? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Why would I want your face in it?
Oh, now you're just being mean.
So you get a nice cleavage shot.
By the way,
I had the greatest tweet of the week, I think.
I don't know.
Which one?
I'll show you. Look at those.
Wow. Holy shit. You know something?
I took a nice picture.
That's going to get a lot of views and a lot of comments.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Right there. That is a really nice picture.
I had to make sure that I cropped out her old lady arms, but besides that,
Jesus.
I think I did a very good job.
I tweeted a picture of her, but I had her legs in it too. Could you go to mine, Dan?
Nah, mine's way better.
Yours has a much better shot of her breast. Yes.
And I'll challenge you to the best tweet of the week.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your best tweet of the week so
A
far?
car accident.
No, I already did that.
No, but I mean with a body outside.
No.
Okay.
You do not.
No.
I looked.
Oh.
I look at all your Twitters. I look at all of Jimmy's tweets.
I look at everyone.
And I like the ones with the pictures.
I look at your Twitter page every day because people are like, why aren't you following Anthony? Don't people understand you don't have to follow people to see their Twitter pages?
You can just scroll through.
That's what I do. I spend about an hour
I'm
just
gonna look at
watching
Jimmy's.
everyone's.
How come you don't follow Ant?
I'm looking at Jimmy's right
I don't
here.
follow you. Or do I follow you?
You
No, I don't.
should if you want to laugh and have fun.
I don't follow you either, but I
Laugh
check
and
out
have fun.
your Twitter page. It's like following. I don't know. I'll just follow you officially.
I'm looking for Jimmy's picture.
It's not up there.
Well, that Moby picture thing is just taking forever today.
It does take slow sometimes, but Moby Picture is good because you have the words over it. Like the fucking other one.
The words.
Moby picture.
See, I got the.
I
Opie's
just
got a better
go with
picture.
their stock fucking service.
Opie has a better
whatever it is.
photo.
No, but that's I have a picture up on my Twitter of a magazine I finally found. I've been searching New York City for this magazine forever. Could you go back to mine? I finally found this magazine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very, very excited about it. It's like the third... Where are we?
Your third tweet down?
Yes, it says, yes, finally. I've been searching New York City for this magazine forever or whatever.
Hunks.
Stephen S. from Bayshore. I just saw the picture Ope has on his Twitter. Her name should be changed to Tidia.
Tidia.
There you go.
Let me see what you're...
I finally found the magazine here. Look. Come on.
Oh, wow. 60s.
Issue 16. Which means
60s magazine.
Which means I got to find all 15.
Gagging grannies want dirty sex.
The best part is on the right. Start from the top and don't read the last one.
Okay.
Because that's what makes a lot of people laugh.
Well, I can barely see. There's a lot of glare on the screen.
I know. Well, they have to wrap these dumb things in plastic.
Yeah.
Hot readers, letters, and stories, all over 60 and sex-starved, plus much more. And then they have a As Seen on TV logo.
As Seen on TV? Where? Where was that seen on TV? Is there a year on that?
That's new, my friend.
Are you kidding?
That's brand new over 60s porn.
Who wants that?
As Seen on TV, come on.
As Seen on TV? Who wants to see that?
Maybe during a Golden Girls episode or something?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Because I think a lot of old fetish guys watch that show.
They're now calling her Dr. Whore, Kevin from Connecticut.
Oh, now.
I can't wait to read the comments on Lydia's...
Hope's got her breast in a great shot. Yeah. My shot's not as good, but I do have her legs in there, and you can see her skirt is split to the side. She's sexy. What's the matter?
I wish I got a picture of her witch nose.
She didn't have a witch nose, did she?
Oh, my God. She listens to this.
Oh.
By the way, I gave Bob Kelly a good beating yesterday because he emailed me. He goes, dude, every time you guys make fun of me, I lose Twitter followers. I'm like, why? You're directing people to your webpage. I'm like, we were teasing those fucking dumb model shots.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, they are awful. He knows.
Oh, he does not know.
He knows.
Did he explain? Did he explain the model shots?
No, it was all we texted.
Yeah.
But
he absolutely thinks they are wonderful. And he looks great in them, and he loves having them up there.
Yeah, he likes the one that's the most enraging one. I think is with him seductively with the hood over his head.
The hood over his head with the eyes.
Then again, his pointing is horrible. His arms folded are fucking.
That is. Oh, the scarf one, dude.
Oh, the scarf one.
The scarf one's the worst.
Stinks.
Yeah, he's sucking his cheeks in the one with the hood. By the way, if you look at the one on the hood, he's doing a like a model. Look. He's just ever so lightly, so his lips look all pursed and moist and just waiting for Sam.
He worked on that look for a while.
Of course he did. That's a Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Voss was in yesterday, and a million Voss bits are being produced. I mean, a million.
Do you think he was stupid yesterday?
Oh God, we have the stupidest.
We have a backstage with O&A where Sam did Voss password. And we got this that just was handed to me. It's
the password is...
It's called Vossopedia.
Vossopedia.
Let's listen to Vossopedia. Kenny, stay close. We're going to you next with the country radio demo.
Ooh.
Please.
Attention college students. Are you having trouble punching up that term paper?
Yeah, my professor is killing me.
Need to doctor your dissertation?
Oh, man, would I ever?
Impress your professors with a flurry of words from the new Vossopedia Online.
Awesome!
Simply type in your question, and Vossopedia spits out the appropriate terminology.
What's the capital of Georgia?
Havana.
Wow, it's so easy. Man, I can't remember the name of the U.S. prison in Cuba.
Guantanamo Bay.
Oh, that's right.
Vossopedia Online is the most useful research tool since the paperweight.
What's the name of that mountain with the president's faces?
Mountain in Rushmore.
Oh, man, I'm a fucking idiot, of course.
What festivity is celebrated with booze and muggings in New Orleans?
Mardi Gras.
Here comes another
Stutter, stammer, and slobber your way through college with helpful hints from Vossopedia Online.
What does IQ stand for?
Intellectual quiz.
Man, this is a lifesaver. Thanks, Vossopedia.
That's great.
God, that is good.
These guys are producing some really good stuff behind the scenes.
It's very funny.
Really good stuff.
Voss's stupidity transcends all others.
Very good guy.
He is amazingly dumb. God, is he great.
Kenny, to you?
Okay.
Oh, Kenny.
So we're trying to make you a DJ. I think some of these channels at SiriusXM should just pick you up to do a little guest DJ.
I agree.
I'm a natural.
I would listen to these channels if all of a sudden I knew you were going to be on for an hour.
Natural, all right.
Doing your thing.
Yeah.
You're trying to get on the Highway, which is a kind of newer country channel here on SiriusXM. This is the one we played about an hour ago. Then we're going to play the newer ones.
I actually listen to this channel a lot.
No, you don't.
The Highway?
No.
It's newer country.
No, you don't like newer country, do you?
Carrie Underwood? I do like her.
No, stop. Look at him, man. Is he acting?
Yes.
He's still acting. Okay, all right.
He went like this.
My eyes open.
He had me.
Yeah.
You had me until that weird look at the end.
I like it, but I don't listen to it.
I'll
often.
listen to old school country a little bit.
Sure.
What is it called now? Willie's
The,
Place or
Willie's
something?
Place, yeah.
Classic.
I'll play a Carrie Underwood just for Jimmy.
Well, this is the one.
I lied, by the way. I've never heard this station.
Why would you?
Terrific! It's the Highway, XM16, Sirius 60, and I'm Country Kenny Cowshit. Up next is Toby Keith. He sold 25 million albums, and here's his hit, Stays in Mexico. Too bad he wasn't singing about the swine flu.
His name was Steve. Her name was Gina.
Yes. He hated her vagina.
That country thing, it's just another world.
Oh, yeah. Well, Kenny fits right into that world because he, like I said before, he hit the post with cough. Mm-hmm. He was coughing and hit the post.
He did great.
Miracle.
Who runs the Highway channel? Because now we got to play this for them.
The guy.
Some guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever.
Some stiff.
I wish
who probably takes it too seriously.
Yeah, he probably has a big hat.
The cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Big rim.
Here's more of Kenny's country radio demo.
Here I can hear a thing.
Howdy! It's the Highway, XM16 Sirius 60, with me, Country Kenny Cowshit. And when I'm not fucking a relative, I love listening to Rascal Flatts. And here comes Goodbye. A goodbye!
I can hear
hitting the post.
Damn, you are good, Kenny.
Better at this.
This now, see.
Oh, look, I got to sit down. I'm impressed.
I think he would have gotten a. Jesus Christ! I don't know. There's some teen beating up a man that was in a Little Rascal scooter and robbing him. That is just, and of course, it's just a savage.
Is there a racial difference there?
Yeah, of course.
What, old white guy?
Looks like it.
Driver takes off during a traffic stop, runs over the cop. Look at this, you ran him right over. I have no qualms with cops beating the living fuck out of people that run. And look, right on the bottom screen, we got the old unconscious guy getting the shit beat out of him.
Good.
I love when cops just beat the piss out of perpetrators.
Yep.
I don't care. If they're unconscious, I don't care what color they are. I don't care what the fuck they were doing.
I used to love it, too.
It must have been so much fun. And that was pre-dashboard cam, Ken.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yeah, back in the day.
Kenny hinted a little earlier that, dashboard cams, not a good thing.
Who got that done?
Probably because there was cops getting killed. Like, there was a cop killed in, really just, where's that county? Texas? With the 3 Colombian guys or whatever.
Yeah.
Took
they
him.
do help more than they hurt as far as cases go. But, I mean, there are times where you probably wish you would have hung a Yui before you got out of the car. And,
they're great for cops with integrity.
Jesus.
It's probably for police safety. That's what happened.
People want to hear you on the highway. They're loving this. Let's go to the next track. Kenny introduces Kenny Chesney. No shirt, no shoes, no problem, huh?
Oh. That reminds me. What do you call a grumpy cow? Moody. Howdy, cowpokes. It's me, Country Kenny Cowshit, on the highway. XM16 Sirius 60. And coming up next, we got Kenny Chesney. His song is called No Shirt, No shoes, no problem. Because he comes from Luttrell, Tennessee. You know, 4 square miles of poverty where the median family income is 20 grand. Besides Kenny Chesney, that town's claim to fame is that it has 5 registered sex offenders. I read that on the internet. Yeah, I can read.
See, this is what you needed for the disco thing. This is so much better.
So much.
That I cannot see them turning this away.
Who runs Highway? Anyone know?
Play country music on the disco channel?
No, stupid.
Oh.
That's right.
I think there's someone named Mojo.
Mojo.
I think that's his name from the Highway.
Who wouldn't listen to Kenny doing a guest DJ spot on the Highway?
God,
right.
that's
Letting
great.
him be an idiot.
I can tell you who would. 5 of us. We would all listen to it.
Yes, we would.
A lot of country fans would turn it off angrily.
Yeah, perhaps they'd lose some of those.
Who is that piece of shit making fun of our music? They would not go for your shenanigans.
I like that boy. He got a good sense of humor.
Dang it.
Dag nabbit.
Save money on a horse, ride a cowgirl. It's me, Country Kenny Cowshit, on the Highway, XM16 Sirius 60. And coming up next is Brad Paisley. This dope won Male Vocalist of the Year. Now he wants to know if it's okay for the groom to bring a date to the wedding. Here's Online. Wait. We're waiting online. You get it? The name of the song.
You're full of energy. You got some information there about the name of the album, who it is, what he's singing about, a little joke about it. You have everything a program director looks for.
I'm very diverse.
Yeah, that's one way to say it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Angels in a centerfold. Hey, what's up, goat ropers? I'm Country Kenny Cowshit on the Highway, XM16 Sirius 60. And here comes I Told You So by Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood? I'd love to sniff her Carrie underwear. She really knows how to fuck shit up. Remember that other song? This ain't it.
Suppose I told you tonight.
You have a little knowledge about
God damn.
Yeah. Well, it's a team effort. I have to thank my producer, Primetime Sam Roberts, and my board op, Troy.
Troy, okay, the board op. Good. Well, they did an amazing job of producing you.
Yeah, it's a team effort.
Unfortunately, we only have one more left.
Oh.
Yeah, you always leave them wanting more.
I guess.
Smart.
Howdy, partner. I'm Country Kenny Cowshit on the Highway, XM16 Sirius 60. And coming up next is Kelly Pickler with Best Days of Your Life. Between her legs, I bet she's got a haystack in her pants. Here's the song.
'Cause I'll be there in the back.
A haystack.
God damn, that's really good.
That would so work. I think with this bit's done. I think he's going to get a gig.
No kidding.
And we won't have to go to another format.
Well, what do we do now? Are we going to try to play this for the...
Yeah.
And
Sam, yeah, you're the guy. You're like the... Sam then runs with it. He's like the agent. Mm-hmm. He goes over there with the CD and with a recorder and gets the program director or some supervisor over there, gets them to listen and comment on it.
Rumor has it that Mojo may not have as good of a sense of humor as Geronimo from the Disco Channel.
Oh, really?
Which could be
really
great
good
news.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Real good
Because sometimes
news.
it's not funny at all when people play along.
Right.
Yeah. Well, great.
Let me say hi to Footer. He's a regular to the Opie and Anthony show. Footer, what's up?
Good evening.
Hi.
Hello.
What up, Footer?
I would like to say that I am a rock and metal guy, but I would definitely tune over to the Highway and listen to Hop Along Dry Hair any day. He's my favorite, and I fucking love them. And real quick, hey, Jimmy, do you know that Sepultura has out like a concept album for Clockwork Orange?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Is it a rock opera?
I don't know if it's good or bad, but check it out. Let me know. Later,
Okay.
boys.
I'll probably talk about that tonight on Red Eye.
Well, Jimmy's on Red Eye this
You
evening.
bet I am.
Nice.
Me and that cancer kid's mom, that fucking awful hair she has, the fucking woman who's on the run.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She should be shot when they get her. She should be shot. What, buddy?
Slap the wig off her head.
Well, she doesn't have a wig.
No.
The kid's bald.
Yes.
He's 13.
Oh, the wig.
And she's, because their stupid religion, they're not going to get him chemotherapy, and the judge has ordered it because he's 13, and then they're on the run. So I hope the cops just fucking billy club her right in the tits.
Yeah, they'll get him.
I never understood that whole thing where they're like, well, no, we can't do this because of our religion or something. It's like, what the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm. Kid's going to die because he's probably just scared of it.
Like, it's like, if the Lord, or whatever God you pray to, put stuff here that you can use to help people, why not use it? And why would the Lord not want you to get better?
That's why we should be able to smoke dope.
Well,
because
Jesus made pot, man.
God put it on this earth for us to smoke.
That's right, man.
That's right, man. Kenny, what's the next channel?
It's up to you.
I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe we cut it here.
Opera?
Well, maybe we go with
Broadway?
the listeners. What do the listeners
They have
think?
a Broadway channel here still, or they finally fucking throw that out the window? What's it called now? OutQ?
What channel do the listeners want Kenny to try out for? What are some of those channels that might work?
Well, I mean, Jose wants him to try metal.
Metal would be cool.
Yeah, metal would be good.
New wave.
Kenny wants to do rave music, too.
Rave?
Yeah, he wants to do, like, club music.
Yeah.
Some techno or something?
Yeah.
I'll try out my beatbox.
You got to do hip-hop, too.
Yeah.
Obviously hip-hop.
Yeah.
Spa, yes. Or spa would be really good. What do you think, Kenny? A little spa music?
I do what I'm told.
This bit has legs.
Right over there across the hall at Shade 45.
Who Kid was very impressed because he heard Kenny's rap.
Yeah.
So maybe Shade 45 would love to hear Kenny doing some hip-hop.
Yeah.
He was impressed with that, huh?
Yeah, very impressed.
Yeah, I got cred.
Yeah, you got crud.
We got some British channels. They want your British accent.
Hello!
Oh, God, what is that?
Give me a fag!
Cigarette, right, Ken?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they got.
Big Ben, London Bridges,
Just yelling out landmarks.
tea time,
Keep going.
hail to the Queen.
Hail to the Queen.
He should do like the 40s or the 50s channel, too.
Ah, that one,
Little
yeah.
old school Kenny?
Bob, 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 bang, dang, dang.
A ding a dong ding dong dong.
Yeah. You know that?
Yeah.
I think that would work. You like
Me and
Bowser.
Cousin Brucey.
He's doing impressions now.
What's up, cousins?
Big fan of Cousin Brucey, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of his mind.
I like this. The bit has potential.
I can do anything.
All right, we'll figure out the next channel.
I'm a
It'll
pro,
be a
too.
surprise for everybody.
One
How's
take.
that?
One take, right?
One take, Kenny,
I
right?
bet.
Yeah.
I bet there's no outtakes of that one where he's missing the post.
All right.
By 10 miles.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. Sam's in
you.
studio. You did a little backstage with Voss?
Yeah, well, with Voss and the entire Voss family.
Oh, with Bonnie and the kid?
And the kid, yeah.
Oh, nice. Let's take a listen to this.
And now, backstage with O&A. Here is Primetime Sam Roberts.
I'm Primetime Sam Roberts, and regular guest, comedian, and idiotic friend of the show, Rich Voss, stopped by to say hello to O&A recently and accidentally gave his online password out on the air. We caught up with Voss in the hallway after his Facebook, Twitter, email, and other such accounts had been hacked by listeners.
Voss, what happened today on the show?
Nothing. I just came in. I was a funny guy, and, we had a good time. Couple mistakes were made here and there. Pretty much my mistake.
But what were you thinking, giving out your password? That was your email password, your Facebook password, your Twitter password? Why would you give that out on the air?
Yeah, it was a major profile, and believe you me, I fucked up. Things were, and it sent me into a shamble.
I saw you out here trying to figure out, making sure people could fix your email and trying to get your bank account straight and everything.
I was fucking sweating like Norton waiting for his AIDS result test. No, that sucked. Really? It's AIDS test result. But of course, and could that be a hacker fucking punchline?
No, Voss, it probably couldn't. Lucky for us, Voss's entire family showed up at the studio, and we were able to talk to Voss's wife, comedian Bonnie McFarlane, about her husband's massive blunder.
You got a chance to see Voss today in all his glory.
I see him every day in all his glory.
What went through your head when you got the phone call of Voss saying that he had just given out his email, Facebook, Twitter, and all account password on the air?
I just immediately thought everything was going to crash. Everything. And someone was had a key to our house. Our bank account was drained dry. Everything done.
Obviously, Voss and Bonnie didn't quite know what to say, so we located Voss's baby daughter and asked her how she felt about being the offspring of Rich Voss.
Want to look out the window at the houses?
Thanks, everyone. And don't worry, Voss. Nobody would ever want to steal your identity anyway. I'm Primetime Sam Roberts, and this has been
Backstage with O&A.
Wow. He can't get anything right. We were going to go to break, but we have to comment. He's looking out a window 40 stories up with his kid going, you want to look at the houses?
The houses?
The buildings.
I was sweating like Jim Norton waiting for
his AIDS
the
results thing.
Result test. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
He is just a piece of work. His aid results test. Aid results test is pretty much what he said.
Yeah. He put the plural on the wrong place.
Yeah. He's stupid. And then, wow, someone doesn't like Sam's radio voice.
Well, Sam, you might have to defend yourself.
Why is that?
What's up, Paul and Bayside?
Hey there, Paul.
Hey. Good morning, fellas.
Hey.
Yeah, it's been getting on my nerves that Sam's trying to sound like a man now.
What do you mean? This is me.
No, your fake radio voice that you use in your bad woman promos.
Shit.
In which promos?
Shit.
Where he goes,
your
I'm
TMZ style woman
Primetime
promos.
Sam Roberts.
Yep, I agree.
What do you mean I sound like a man and a woman promo? Why don't you pick a gender?
Oh.
No, that's
no,
the
you
point.
didn't.
What did you pick?
Ooh.
Oh, shit, back to you, Sam.
I pick boy then. Male.
Oh, shit, back to you, caller.
Damn.
What, you like boys?
No, that's not what I said. That is stupid. You told me to pick a gender of what I am, and I said I am a male, but I like the company of females. And what do you have to say about that?
For what? Your clothing? I don't understand.
For my clothing when it's on the ground.
Your bad hairstyle?
Oh, on the ground, fucking a girl,
yeah,
right?
next to the bed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's worse, this or you and your bad Eastside Dave.
What? My bad Eastside Dave what?
Oh, the wheels are falling off. Oof. Come on, caller. Hang in there. Hang in there.
You're going to be okay.
Hang in there. Come on.
You can't go toe-to-toe with me. Don't call up here and embarrass yourself like this.
Oh. I'm not embarrassed. You're the one with the bad voice, the bad fake voice on the radio.
Are you kidding me? I broadcast professionally for a living.
Well, you kind of produce behind the scenes for a living. They allow this charity on the air for some reason.
Oh, man.
Not
He nailed
charity.
you there. He nailed you there, Sam.
Gotcha.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
We really don't need
It's calling your material charity,
Yep,
like that.
right.
That we're charitable by letting you on.
Yeah, we're just lazy, so we give you a little airtime.
He's saying that we give you polite laughs like Pesci did when De Niro was being obnoxious at the table with the mobsters. That smile nod.
Yeah. So
I'd like to defend that point, but I mean,
well, you could try.
To you,
because I think.
You know what, guys? Let's just leave it at that. Obviously, you're heading
he wants
into break.
to go out winning now.
We're all running out of steam.
Nobody's running out of steam except you. Nobody.
Oh.
The Opie and Anthony show never runs out of steam.
We never have it to begin with.
Yeah. What's steam?
That's not true, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Why don't you just hang up?
Literal
Someone else
caller.
saying you sound
Well,
like...
no, I won't.
Someone else say, thanks, bro. Someone else saying you sound like Casey Kasem.
See, look at that. One of the finest broadcasters of all time. Thank you very much.
Really? Weird voice.
Yeah, but he was he was on Saved by the Bell.
Was
he?
Yeah.
What did he do on that dumb show?
Casey Kasem, he judged the dance-off at the Max.
Oh, I thought maybe he was a recurring character.
No, he was Casey Kasem. He was a special guest. He was a big
that must
star.
have been exciting.
Who was your favorite on Saved by the Bell?
Of the guys or the girls?
See?
What?
That's not going to help.
The
you should have went right for a girl's name.
Well, I'm saying, like...
I mean, what are you doing?
Come on. The girls that you like to watch are the guys you like to emulate.
Who was your favorite on Saved by the Bell?
Well, I mean... AC Slater was kind of...
Oh, my God.
I'm saying he was good at every sport.
He was
not dreamy.
He did
but
all
he was
those things you
He was
just
a
can't
wrestler,
do.
a basketball player, a football player. He ran track and field.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good dancer. He got Jesse Spano. Screech. No.
You share hair.
No, I don't share anything with Screech.
And voice and personality.
Did you hate that you're related to Screech?
I didn't like
and it
this.
really bothered you, and you wanted to be more the jock.
Screech's name was Samuel Powers on that show, and since my name was Sam, people used to reference that at school, which I thought was way out of line.
I never would have known that his name...
Samuel Screech Powers.
Yeah.
You know?
Max Power.
Could you say, hey, Scooby?
Hey, Scooby.
No, like Casey does it. Casey Kasem was like the voice.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do Casey Kasem's cartoon voice.
He has this thing where he comes in, the way he says his name. I'm primetime. So, like, it's very over-the-top entertainment reporter kind of thing.
I gotta admit, I like it though.
Of course,
it's so ridiculous.
It's great because it sucks.
Right?
No, this is a professional piece of broadcasting.
It's a piece of something, but
try to go deep with your voice a little bit. Go ahead.
I'm primetime Sam Roberts.
Almost.
Oh, that's
pretty
almost
good.
there.
Yeah, but you almost passed out. You
Yeah.
breathing.
He ran out of breath. Where are our ribs?
Yeah, rib time.
They should be at least en route.
Well, en route from where?
Yeah, because it is now 3 minutes past rib time.
Where are the motherfuckers?
Well, see, the facility here at Sirius does not have an apparatus to heat up said ribs, so they're actually being heated up at somebody's house and then coming here.
Whose house?
I'm not touching
Who's
no
Sandy
ribs that
Kane's?
are
Oh,
heated up
my
in someone else's
God.
house.
One of our
fuck is that about?
ladies.
All right. One of the sales bitches.
Well,
What
wait. 9:30 was rib time, and 10 o'clock is turkey chili time.
Yeah,
what the
why
fuck? You can't like get them too close together.
Now I know. Everything's pushed
Everything
forward
is
here. I would have had
pre-planned.
my stupid turkey sandwich.
No, now you got. Yeah, I mean,
now I got to wait.
The ribs and the turkey chili are gonna come
Well,
at
now
the
you
same
could
time.
have two of the greatest
fuck?
treats of all time.
I know,
Those aren't the
but
greatest
I have
treats
to
of all
wait,
They're
and I
responsible.
don't
Of
like
course they are.
waiting.
Oh, you're right.
I started my
Waiting.
own greatest treats of all time, my friend. Popeyes, Tasty Delight, Early Stones.
What's
Anybody
Early
want-
Stones?
Early Rolling Stones. Anyone want to add to the list today?
But that isn't a treat.
What? What's some of your treats?
The Stones ain't a treat. You can't
All right,
pick
what's
music
some of your
as a
treats,
treat.
though, for real?
Like edible treats?
Just something
Any
that makes
treat.
you go like, ah, what a nice treat.
Mmm.
And try to keep it above table.
Guinness?
That's one of the greatest treats of all time. for
Yes.
me. What
An
else?
icy cold Guinness.
Give me three. Guinness, and what?
Guinness.
How about this? A food. Well, you got the drink.
A
So
food.
now you name a food and maybe
Food, a beverage, and,
and
just
music
and something?
and music because you're sitting around and now you throw
Oh,
something
that?
on.
All right. Okay. All right. Well,
Guinness.
Alice in Chains Unplugged. I listen to
how
that
great
a
is
lot.
that? Oh, my
It's
God.
one of the best.
Actually, you throw that on when you're doing that thing that we're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah, I do that. But I
And I
also
like that.
I also downloaded Nirvana Unplugged.
Not as
Because
good as
that-
Alice in Chains.
You know what though? A close second, man.
True.
There is some really good songs on that, and
Both
they
those
sound
CDs
great.
never get old.
Yep.
Never.
Amazing.
All right, so you got the music. You got,
Got that. I got an ice cold Guinness
and
and
food.
shit out of a girl's ass. What do I really like? You know what I love? Beef on top of egg noodles with some brown gravy on it.
Oh, shit.
Right? It's almost like beef stroganoff, but without all the sour, creamy shit on that.
You mix that cabbage in a little bit? Just a little bit?
Not a little bit. No.
The purple cabbage, whatever the fuck it's called.
Get this.
All right, let's go.
Sliced London broil.
Nice.
With brown gravy, mushroom gravy, with sauteed mushrooms in there, on top, with a lot of the gravy stuff, on top of a plate of egg noodles.
Is there anything better than egg noodles?
Egg noodles rule!
You could eat egg noodles with nothing, just plain.
Egg noodles. Just
put
give
your
me
hand
egg
right
noodles.
in the fucking pot.
Oh, egg noodles.
Egg noodles.
That's it, me. Guinness,
Get some egg noodles.
Egg noodles, listening to some Alice in Chains.
There you go.
That's one hell of a shit. You got it,
Speaking of shits, I'm really proud, and I'm keeping track.
Ooh.
5 duties in a row that look like perfect cigars.
But do they smoke like them?
Perfect. I mean, I'm talking...
Do they have the little paper thing around them, too?
Did you ever shove one at Monica Lewinsky's badge?
I'm talking the tapering of these logs. Picasso couldn't put it on paper.
Perfect, right?
Amazing.
Like a lathe.
5
like they
in a
were
row.
made on a lathe.
How about this?
Yeah?
Only 5 wipes with not a hint of anything happening.
Wow.
I'm amazed. It's up to 5 in a row. I'll let you know when the streak is broken, because I know you care. I know the next one's going to be a potless fucking disaster.
Yeah, it's going to be horrible. You're going to have fucking stuff under your fingernails.
Let me tell you, I weaned off of the Guinness keg a little bit, as much because when it first got in there.
By weaned off, he means he no longer lays under it with his mouth open.
Yes, I put it in a glass now. Was I just pouring Guinness like a madman when the tap first got put in? So I cut back some because the toilet was getting, it looked like I was taking tablespoons full of roofing tar and throwing it into the toilet and then flushing and leaving, like, streaks were in there. Like I was paving my toilet.
Amazing.
Why would you pave your toilet?
I wouldn't, Jimmy. It was the shit from the Guinness was making big streaks in the toilet. Amazing. And even leaving it there a while and then flushing. The water wouldn't do anything. I needed
ridiculous.
a scrub.
You don't scrub, though. That's obvious.
What does it mean if you have incredibly sticky poo?
That means you drink a
Dan.
lot.
Not good.
It means you drink a lot.
Not good.
It means not enough roughage, actually.
I always have
and
to,
you
like-
have cancer. That means you have cancer of the eyes.
How does that happen?
If I don't use the toilet brush immediately, it's just like it's like Mighty Putty in my toilet.
That's what I was just talking about. I had the same thing going, but I cut back on the Guinness and some really nice ones yesterday.
Good.
Yeah, it was a nice.
I've been taking that
not as
bacteria.
tapered as you, I
The
guess.
what?
I forget what it's called now, but it's like those bacteria pills that like raise the acidity level.
Ew.
They get you going. Listen, because they're flying by in instant feedback.
It's like a sump.
some of the 3 combo treats from some of the listeners. Puddle of AIDS, Bananas Foster. What's that?
I don't know.
For real.
It's probably a lager.
I've heard of it.
Long Island iced tea black and live stained.
That could be the worst.
Oh, wait.
treat.
All right. Wait. I got it. Okay. He needs
bananas.
commas.
That does look
Bananas. Wait.
Bananas.
No,
lager.
that looks good.
Bananas Foster, Long Island iced tea. Okay, and then Black. The song Black performed live by Sting.
Bananas
I
Foster's
gotcha.
probably a dessert.
I got
That does look good.
That's a Banana Foster?
I like any kind of
God
banana
damn, does that look good?
banana thing or apple. You know what's great? Apple strudel or something apple and cinnamony with vanilla ice cream at a restaurant when you get dessert like that. Fuck.
Apples make me sneeze for 12 straight hours.
Oh, you're allergic.
I'm allergic to apples.
I'll tell you, my treats.
Yeah, what are your little treats?
My treats are the Rappin' Duke and a piece of fruit cake. And what is it? A beverage?
Yes.
I like a glass of warm milk.
Buttermilk.
Warm milk. It gets you all snotty and phlegmy.
Rocky
You like that?
Rocky Dennis the Menace from Columbus, Ohio. Rate this combo. Rolling Rock. I know. White Castle.
Yeah.
Talk about shits.
CCR's Greatest Hits.
Yeah, I go Credence.
Jesus
What do we
Christ.
rate that? Like a B?
I rate that guy is
Like a
driving
B?
around in a fucking old Impala. That is a classic rocker's delight.
All right, how about this one? This guy, all right, Chris from Long Island. anything on a barbecue. You got to like be a little more specific.
That is good shit, though.
Yeah, he's right. Where are we?
Barbecue chicken.
Hold on a minute. God damn, you guys.
There's some good stuff.
Don't instant feedback right now, so I can read some of these.
Friday chicken.
Anything on a barbecue, a cold Corona, and some Southern Rock. A little too
he's
vague.
He's very country for a Long Island guy.
But a little too vague.
But yeah.
If you're gonna do this, you got to go a little. Let's see.
Oh, you got to go to the phones. Paul is on the phone. Hello.
Hi,
oh, Paul.
Yeah.
Hi.
I think by the eyes that there's ribs here, I'm gonna go with sardines, warm papaya juice, and a child.
Oh, we got.
I love it.
Oh, we got ribs. We're gonna have to take a break. Hey, what about this as we go to break?
Yes.
Tom and Philly, General Chow's chicken.
Yes,
that is some really good stuff.
Oh my God,
just not the Asian version.
God, is that...
Heineken.
I could down a Heineken. Not one of my faves, though.
This is where this guy's going to lose you, unfortunately.
What?
Although I'm
interracial fun.
I'm all in with this, but I don't think Ant's going to be. Pearl Jam's 10 CD.
Yeah, some hits on there, but I'm not
a big fan?
Pearl Jam fan.
All right. We could do more after the break. Yeah. Monitor the instant feedback. We'll read a few more after the break. But we got ribs from what? Carson's ribs?
Oh, yeah.
And you heated them up at your house?
I did.
Aw.
Do you like us?
I do.
So we're not going to get like salmonella or nothing?
No.
Do you have a clean house?
I do.
Not because of the actual ribs, because what you do to the ribs. That's all I was getting at. Because we love Carson's ribs. I don't want them to be.
Yes.
It was easy. You just broil them.
All right, cool. We're going to eat some ribs and take a break and do other things. And
starving.
And someone's saying you have to eat peanuts.
I'm going to eat peanuts. Shut up.
How about a tinkle?
Oh, Jimmy's going to tinkle.
Fucking ribs.
Yes.
Turkey chili.
I know. Stat. Let's take a break. I want ribs.
202.
Oh,
Serious
yeah.
what, 197? Wonder how many listeners we lost this week.
Poor K.
Well, how many listeners did we lose to pump up another radio show?
Oh, right.
Effing brilliant. I
thought
haven't
you meant
forgotten.
from Dice.
Well, that too. I haven't forgotten.
Teasing.
Anyway, Ant, how were the ribs? Good?
Fucking amazing.
Holy crap. Amazing.
Jimmy, good ribs?
Dude, and I had half of the brownie. I'm trying to. It's so early, and I'm eating half of that brownie, and it's just.
Jimmy, what's some of your greatest treats for real? You like a nice piece of cheesecake?
For food, honestly, good pizza. I don't eat it that often.
Oh man,
I
yeah.
very rarely eat pizza.
Good pizza is
with a big
good.
piece of fat burned crust. New York pizza with maybe a little pepperoni on it.
Oh God!
And you dip it in the sauce.
Mingy.
Do you go extra sauce?
Not
extra
really, no.
sauce on the side.
A little garlic.
I go extra sauce and fresh tomatoes.
Some
fresh
sugar,
tomatoes, a little
wang.
Yeah. But what else? A little pizza.
Yeah. And for
dessert, what's your dessert? What's your holy shit? I can't fucking say no. Come on.
Probably would have to be cheesecake with a graham cracker crust of some sort.
Good God.
Perhaps with some really good homemade whipped cream on it.
You ever have a good piece of...
And that man's face next to it.
Oh! Holy fuck! They gotta stop these face transplants.
CNN.
They gotta stop these face transplants.
CNN, partial face transplant.
Why? Just because he's fucking... He looks like... Shouldn't he be fucking going after Han Solo?
He did look
It's
like
Greedo.
It's Greedo. Holy shit!
Why? They gotta warn us before they throw that on TV. What the fuck was that?
Dude, what the fuck happened? That guy, I can't describe it.
We gotta know more.
I found something I cannot describe. Wow. He was a wreck.
Yep. I'll say.
He was a wreck. His jaw was non-existent. I could pull it all the way back. And he had like a...
He had the Bob Kelly thing going where he's...
What was that? You know what he kind of looked like a little bit? What the hell was that? Like on Beetlejuice, right? Remember Beetlejuice where they stretched their noses out and made their heads like pointy? Mm-hmm. That's what he looked like.
You got a picture, Dan?
I can find one.
All right.
Of Beetlejuice pointy face couple. That was Alec Baldwin. How fucked up is that?
What happened?
That was Alec Baldwin in that movie, in Beetlejuice.
Before people realized how funny the guy was.
And before he turned into like a guy. He he had the little glasses and everything, and he was like a little guy, and then he just turned into this big, like, brawny man.
Oh, here's the miserable fuck walking down the hall.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Here's the miserable fuck.
Can you open this door, Dan, while we're talking?
Yeah. This guy.
This miserable.
Nobody acknowledge. Just smile. We're just going to smile at Alex.
Fuck. Walks by our studio every day at this time and glares at us.
It is our studio.
What?
It is our studio, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know.
We know
it
that.
Used to be his.
For sure.
Door's open.
He doesn't look. He looks away. He's like Ali walking by Foreman hitting the heavy bag.
Yeah, just kind of turned his head to the side.
Oh, does he hate him?
Fuck him. I hate him, too.
Alex Bennett.
Who gives a fuck?
Wondering.
Beat it.
I'm going to add to my treats.
You can't add to your treats.
30 Rock.
Oh.
No.
Did you ever get into 30 Rock?
Never.
Why?
I don't know. I watched it a couple of times.
Tracy
and
Morgan. Tina Fey is... it's her show, basically. She's starting to grow on me. Alec Baldwin, fucking hilarious.
I had to get off of there.
Did you try it at least?
Yeah, I did. I was just
early on. It was a little weird. They had to find their way.
Maybe that's it.
And now they're like firing on all cylinders. Now, my friend,
I need to be caught up from scene 1.
Alan Alda
was
was in the last episode.
Yes,
was the season premiere as possibly Alec Baldwin's father.
Really?
Who needs a kidney?
Of course. That's all he plays now is sick men. He plays sick old guy.
He wasn't really. He didn't look sick though. I guess down the road he might be sick. I don't know.
How was he in the show? Was he good?
Yeah, they did kind of a "We Are the World." They got some celebrities to sing a song about needing a kidney. It was pretty good.
Let's see how that could be funny.
Hey, speaking of lost sons and fathers and shit, you guys read about Larry King?
Yep.
Out of nowhere, he's admitting he's got a 40-something-year-old son named Larry King Jr.
Named Larry King.
I'm sure the picture's everywhere today, but Larry's finally saying, yes, I had a son 40-some-odd years ago with this woman that I was married to. The woman was dying.
How important is the condom? Apparently very.
I think the woman was dying, his ex-wife, one of many, obviously. I don't know how many he's up to.
Yeah.
She was dying of lung cancer and said, Larry, I'm telling you, this kid is your son. I'm just telling you. I don't even know if there was DNA testing, but Larry, there he is. The picture of it. I'm sure you can
I don't believe it.
There's Larry and his long-lost 40-something-year-old son.
Boy, that must be nice. Like, is it because he didn't... Was Larry being a dick in this situation? Like, I shunned him?
I didn't feel like reading the whole thing.
All right. Yeah. No problem. I don't care.
I saw Larry King and Larry King Jr., so I kind of, made the rest up.
I actually, the first thing I saw was them sitting on the set of Larry King, and I was thinking, okay, it's Larry King Jr. Obviously, they're starting to decide, well, they're going to ship him out and bring in Larry King Jr.
What a brilliant way to keep the Larry
and
King
just
thing
keep
going.
The Larry King thing.
Maybe this guy's not even his son.
Oh, it's like a Rocco bit. Yeah, it's my son.
Right.
He's 40 years old, but he's going to be taking over my slot.
Didn't he have Little Rocco?
Little Rocco.
We love talking about Rocco. No one even knows what we're talking about half the time. Fucking Rocco. He would get Little Rocco on the phone, and the whole bit was Little Rocco was outrageous, even though he was too young to be outrageous.
Yeah. But he was outrageous.
Yeah. Little Rocco's got to be like 30 now.
I should have had her douche with garlic. Did he, I don't know if he knew about the kid. She had the kid, and then she told him years later. Or he knew he had a kid and just stayed away. No.
Wow, this just in.
Yes.
Very interesting. A little press release from SiriusXM.
Tidbit.
I want to get that paddle ready.
Oh, shit.
Everyone knows that Howard usually takes Fridays off, but because he's being offered for free this week, he's actually doing a live show tomorrow.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I am.
Why? Oh, my God.
You're kidding?
Yeah, of course.
That is funny.
Why would he? Why would he take the extra little
kidding?
effort?
Wait, you're kidding that he's...
What?
I absolutely assumed that he was going to be live.
Why would he?
For the entire 2 weeks. Well, when you're promoting something that is good for the company, as we were told is the reason.
It's not that important.
The promos run that you would want to expose people not to reruns, but to new material.
No, he's not working tomorrow. What are you kidding?
Holy Mother of God! Look what I do. Look what I do now.
You hold the red paddle up to yourself.
Yes, I have red.
That means green
myself.
for me, though. Let me tell you something about.
No,
fuck, I'm red, but you're green.
That motherfucker.
Wait, no, wait, now I'm green.
Oh shit! We need a two-sided red paddle. Fucking, what are we, Abbott and Costello?
Fucking hilarious.
Yes, hysterical. Yes. We do these visual bits. You laugh your ass off.
You'll play Who's Fired First, third base.
Yeah, exactly.
What? We can't say that?
I was just
they got this huge promotion.
Of course we can.
Everyone can check out Howard for, is it a week, 2 weeks? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I think it's a week, which would end tomorrow, so I would assume you would do a live show to end with a nice bang, right? With this big promotion they're doing.
Here it is. Ta-da. And then... You get like, what?
Redding from Whackbag, his treats. Whopper from Burger King.
Oh, fuck yeah.
God damn it, is that good,
I love a
Jimmy.
Whopper.
McDonald's.
I mean, a Big Lie, of course.
I've had this.
A War Games computer.
You like the Whopper.
I do. Well, unplug the goddamn thing. There's pickles on it. Hello, big-headed man with crown.
That was on the other day, by the way. Some of the dialogue of that movie is so atrocious.
Why?
So bad.
So why don't we bring it to our show?
Yeah,
That would be fun
I think we
to
would
check
have
out.
to. There's a part in that movie where I forget the guy's name, the general. He goes, "Well, I'd piss on a spark plug if I thought it would help."
It would help me. God damn it.
I liked him. You pig-eyed sack of shit. I was expecting more. Was it Dabney Coleman?
Dabney Coleman, yeah.
He's a 9 to 5.
Yep.
Let's get some dialogue from that movie. We can have fun with that. Redding from Whackbag. So you got the Whopper from Burger King. Holy shit. Now, the French fry thing, I lose this argument all the time. Not a big fan of the McDonald's French fries.
Fast food French fries
Not
are
a fan.
wonderful. I would never eat them.
I'm a huge fan of the steak fries, which is, I know, kind of lame, but
They're good,
I
but
go
McDonald's
steak
fries, as we say, fuck steak fries in the ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the fistful, you just shove those down your gullet.
And I keep saying, God, these fries are good the whole time. And then I take my greasy fingers and I pick up someone's family portrait and get fingerprints on it. And then I commit a rape and I leave my fingerprints all over the windows. Wasn't me! You imagine committing a robbery after eating fries?
Everywhere.
They wouldn't even have to dust them. Some guy would just look. He'd go, "That's Larry from fucking Schenectady." I recognize those fingerprints.
Redding, Whackbag. So you got the Whopper. He didn't follow the format, which he's got 4 items. We're going with 3 today.
Stop it. 4.
Whopper from Burger King, McDonald's fries. Oh, good God, a Frosty from Wendy's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Is it ice cream? Is it a shake? I don't know.
Who knows?
Is it ice cream that's melting? Is it a shake?
I know this much. It's goodness.
It's wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Radiohead's The Bends.
He loses me on that one.
Fuck no. Have you checked out Radiohead?
No.
The
I've listened
Bends?
to them. They're okay, but I don't dislike them.
Have you ever heard The Bends for real?
I don't know.
I'm going to turn you on to
I've been
it.
very busy.
I'm going to turn you on to a CD, my friend. Baby's got the Bends. Oh, yeah.
Hello, Joshua.
Could someone
Sure,
get a copy of the Bends for Jimmy immediately? And Jimmy, I want you to listen.
Just happens to fly a helicopter. Get out of here.
It's before he just,
Stupid movie.
It's before the band decided to get all fucking experimental and shit. Know who turned me on to that album was Stephen Lynch.
Really?
When we were doing a little driving from L.A. to Vegas.
Yeah, he's a big Radiohead.
Yep.
Hold on one second.
Wait a minute. What is this?
Oh, good God.
What is this, Kenny? What has arrived?
Oh, my God. Please tell me it is.
I filled up on Carson's ribs, but I'm still going to have this.
It's Torquay chili.
Torquay?
I say Torquay.
Oh.
I can't say it the right way.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. What is this?
Eating like a pig today.
I'm actually going to start. I'm going to shit and walk like a horse. Like, as I'm walking,
just drop logs.
Logs are just fire out on the back of my ankles and the fucking. I'm going to have half used shoe prints in them.
Oh, fucking horses are great. They could just take shits.
It's
and
giant
walk.
cocks and they shit while they walk and they run fast. I want to be a horse. They have tails to swat away flies and gay horses.
Oh, God damn.
Kenny, could you announce what you just put in front of all 3 of us? Oh, my God.
Torquay chili.
A large container of Torquay chili.
Oh, does that look good?
God. Thank
with
you,
the
Kenny.
roll on
Thank
the
you.
side and a plastic
Thank you.
spoon.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you.
This is very sad. Look at this mush. If this was on a bathroom floor, there'd be somebody crying over it. There'd be a room to be repainted. First coat of paint coming up. Holy shit.
Oh, shit. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God. This site should be fucking followed by torn up nursery school applications.
Oh, hell yes. You look at this and take back your Oshkosh Bagosh receipts. But it is very tasty.
Ooh, nice. I gotta break into the middle of the fun abortion jokes to
one of these laying on the floor. You have to bring back. All of a sudden, the toy turns into the makes me cry when I look at it, Elmo. That is some good goddamn turkey chili.
I got a little text thing.
Yeah.
So what I want to say is what I was getting at is simple.
Your stapler.
If this fine company was offering us for free for a week, to the other side, to a lot of the Sirius listeners that didn't buy the Best of Sirius package,
we'd do Saturday.
We would not only do Monday through Friday live.
Yep.
We would do Saturday and Sunday
marathon.
Know why?
Gonna need you to go ahead and come on in on Saturday.
I'm with you now because I saw that movie.
Yeah.
A 1 week marathon.
Yep.
No, we would literally do what's good for the company, and not only would we do all 5 days, we would do the weekend as well, and we probably would even extend our show during the week and try to shove as much live stuff in front of people that haven't heard us, maybe ever, or in a very long time.
Yes. And we'd try not to suck finally.
Right. That would be the hard part.
That's what I was getting at, because that would be good for the
Because
company.
then you're turning people on to you that haven't even heard you on your own channel.
Right.
Perhaps.
Right. That would be good for the company. Quick break.
Oh, my God.
See, Jimmy, Greg in Texas. That Radiohead album is the best.
I don't say it's bad. I'm not.
A lot of that
familiar with
Radiohead
it.
stuff, I can't even lie to you. I'm not. They lose me big time. But this Benz album, I want you to listen to it.
What, Ant?
I just can't look at it.
Boy, more
I
abortion
just
jokes.
I just picked up a big spoonful with a big piece of tomato in it, and it just made me laugh. It is horrible.
These beans look like little toes.
Jesus, hit the break, will you? Opie and Anthony. Oh! Listen to this, Jimmy. It's not going to kick in. This one doesn't kick in.
No.
Wait, right here, I think.
The loop? Where's it coming? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, no.
Speaking of Radiohead.
Still never kicking.
This is what's great when you talk music, and I completely understand this, by the way. Just is the best radio song ever. The very next is feedback, Anthony.
Yep.
Fuck Radiohead. Every song is whiny, cry, baby bullshit. This is Doc from Atlanta. They rip off Jesus and Mary Jane, The Joy Division, and countless others. Plus, the singer looks like Clay Aiken.
Wow, give him that. It kind of does resemble him a little bit, but...
Stephen Madison, Opie, Radiohead, The Bends is amazing, but OK Computer is their best CD. How can you be a TV on the radio fan but not like the experimental Radiohead stuff? TV on the radio, fucking Black Girl turned me onto that band, and I liked it for maybe a week, and then I didn't get it.
Then that was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very experimental.
Jesus Christ.
What do you got here?
This is a question that I've had for a while. I don't know, maybe Danny could clear this up, but I know a lot of people are wondering this with the whole Blu-ray thing. I'm reading down here, someone says, Apocalypse Now on Blu-ray. All right. What the fuck is done to make it Blu-ray? It was filmed at a time that, you know, they couldn't really put it in that format.
They actually reshot the whole movie. They got the cast together, and they got everyone. They all look a little older,
right?
And Marlon Brando wasn't available because he's dead.
Yes.
So they had to prop his body open and move his mouth with little puppet strings. They said it looks odd.
Yeah, because you probably see it on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Picks up
there's more
everything.
detail. Yeah.
You know, I always thought that it would be a great, like, goof idea in Hollywood. You get one of those movies that was really good, like Fast Times or something. Mm-hmm. Maybe not Caddyshack, but you got to find a movie where the cast is willing and still alive, and like you just said, redo the comedy frame by fucking frame.
That is an interesting idea.
Who wouldn't watch that?
All the dialogue, every shot.
You don't change anything.
No.
Right.
At all.
Except the diapers.
At all.
Wow, that's...
But you got to get a movie where most of the cast would be into it. It's got to be an older movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, some will say no or would be dead, so you try to, like, fill that in.
Fill in with who?
I don't know, someone.
Like, because Fast Times is a good example.
That would be a great
because
one. Sean Penn would never do it.
They're alive except for Mr. Hand, who is dead.
Right.
And the, what's his name's wife.
Oh, she was the one that was shot.
She was the one that
by Spectre.
Phil Spector.
Allegedly,
shot.
yeah.
But she had a little part in that.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was also the villain in Ghost.
Well, he wasn't really the villain. He was just kind of the weird guy that
he
that
jumped
taught
right
Patrick
for the train,
Swayze.
though.
He taught Patrick Swayze how to, do shit. Didn't he teach Patrick Swayze kind of how to not fall
Get
through
off my
trains?
train!
Yeah, and
he
move
was Latka's
shit.
priest. Yeah.
He's Latka's priest.
He was in Cuckoo's Nest.
He's Bob Beatman's brother.
We're the best at visuals, man.
I heard. It was funny talking to Bob and his brother.
Nothing.
Just the two of them. Antimatter and antimatter.
They cancel out all fun.
They walk into a room, fun just sticks to them like a magnet with metal shavings, and then they walk out with it, remove it.
But what you guys are missing, they really think they're fun.
They do.
They really think they got it going on.
Talk about things
They have
like
no clue how boring they really are.
No. You sit down with them and you're just like, I am
Like you
so
told me,
bored.
You told me this morning he kept you out to 1:30.
1:30.
I'm like, obviously you fell asleep. They didn't realize, and they finally woke you up at 1:30.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, there's no way you would have hung out with him for 3 hours.
I must have been out at the table.
Mm-hmm.
I think they bought me glasses of wine just to keep me there. Like, yeah, how about another drink? Stick around. We'll talk a little while. Like, oh, okay. As long as I'm boozing it up, I think I could stand your company.
If you want your answer to your Apocalypse Now question.
Yes!
Originally, I had a theory, so I just researched it real quick, and it is accurate. It's basically scanned from the original film, and it's when they do the digital transfer, it's actually at a very high resolution. So when you take that, you put it on a DVD. Obviously, a DVD can only display so much. So anything that's converted to Blu-ray is going to look extremely better than it would have, even though it wasn't shot in
Blu-ray
or HD.
Right.
It's still that copy is digitized at a much higher resolution.
It's pretty much the exact.
It's basically just a carbon copy, if you will, of the film.
It's like you're looking at the film.
Yep, like the original print, pretty much.
Right.
Is it out now?
I guess so.
Blu-ray. What are the features? The special features?
I don't know. They should have some of those.
What are the special
they always
features?
do.
Travis saying it's not out on Blu-ray just yet.
When is it on
isn't?
Blu-ray?
Hang on.
When, Travis?
Should be coming out on Blu-ray.
What's the date?
I will tell you.
Some movies, I'll tell you the truth, I can't fucking tell the difference between just a regular copy and Blu-ray, especially the new ones.
Yeah, because they were shot in HD cameras.
Yeah, they look good. The old ones, they gotta go through frame by frame, get the speckles out and everything.
Yeah, they clean it up too. That's another reason.
Do they?
Yeah, every frame.
They clean them up one frame at a time. You know how long that's
take an hour and a half.
Fucking, it's free.
Fucking turkey chili. God,
it's so good.
I know.
Hello. I'm waiting.
Oh,
Kiss?
Thank you, Opie.
You're welcome, Anthony.
He turned us on to the turkey chili.
I know you're a fan of the turkey chili. See, this is what one friend does to another.
No, I know you got to give him a card with $100 in it.
And it's so much better than that turkey chili from. Remember the grease-stained turkey chili?
Yeah, no good.
Oh,
who, that guy?
Yeah.
That fucking soup dude.
That fucking soup guy. Oh,
that's all right. We get it with your fucking shtick. You and your closing franchises. Fucking asshole. What was his name? Ali Bengi?
He really thought
Yeah.
that people were going to tolerate
The
him. and
soup
his
Nazi.
Yeah.
His soup might have been good,
Oh, no.
but he's an asshole and didn't know how to run the business.
It's like, hey, it's going to be great. And, they did have some good soup, but
Amazing
it was,
soup.
And there was a reason it was really good. It was just packed with fat and stuff that you shouldn't be eating.
Cream.
Yeah. Everything was creamy
Cream
and
makes
delicious.
Everything tastes good.
Soup
Except
Nazi.
mustard.
Creamy mustard.
Fucking enough with him already. Oh, no. If you order the soup, he might yell at you.
Uh-oh, look out. He's quite the card.
You order your soup. Shut up, faggot. Go get soup somewhere else.
All right, we're not coming back.
Exactly.
That's what happened.
Take your fucking soup, close the doors to this failing franchise, and fucking beat it back to New York.
You should just have a promotion where Kramer yells at black people outside of your store.
But but then he started getting stingy with his dumb soup.
Yep.
We had a good thing going with the guy. What happened was he would bring soup every day, different soups, and we were trying it out. It was called integration, and we would try the soup out and just naturally talk about it.
Yep.
One day he's getting stingy with the soup.
That's right.
And all he would send over was like pea soup. Like, he's sending over the soup that just doesn't sell.
Yeah.
Instead of the good shit, because there was turkey chili that we got a couple of times, and then that stopped. And then there was some other, like, really good hearty vegetable kind of soups. Those stopped. And he'd send over pea soup with a couple of pieces of bacon in it. Ugh.
I specifically told him I wanted a 40-gallon drum of soup to take to my friend's house to watch the game with.
Just rolling it down the street.
Yes, in one spoon.
Visually, you just trying to carry it, hugging your big vat of soup.
It's all
You
hot.
said one spoon, so you're going to eat it out of the big container?
I was with my plastics. I wanted a spork, actually, so I could get the scrapings off the side.
This sounds like Ted's Soup Palace.
Yes.
Emporium.
I like Palace when you're talking soup, though.
Yes.
True.
I call it Ted's Septic Soup Tank. It hasn't had a lot of customers.
How do you
More
make your
than the soup
How do you
Nazi.
make your pea soup, Ted?
What's that?
How do you make the pea soup?
I just take water and I put a bunch of peas in it, Gregory, and then I step on it. And I mush them into deliciousness.
With your bare feet.
I throw cream in there.
Big bed Ted feet.
Yes. Pieces of pineapple.
Worst sci-fi movie ever.
Star Wars.
They're saying that's the best ever.
I'm kidding.
No, I know you. I just want to get that out of the way. That obviously they're going to vote for Star Wars, so we don't even have to try to guess the number one.
The Black Hole.
Worst
What's
sci-fi
so bad?
film ever. New online poll, Ant.
I'm going to guess Travolta's the one he did.
Oh, Battlefield Earth.
Yeah.
Give yourself a bill.
That's it, huh?
That's it.
That was
That
it?
was easy.
You know something? I won't even give that worse, though.
Did you ever see it?
It was a horrible movie.
I never saw it. I never even tried to sit through
It
it.
was ridiculous.
Didn't Hubbard write it?
But L.
well-
Ron Hubbard.
Well, he's very dead.
But did he write that? Or,
Yeah, I think it's an old story that he
it's
wrote.
based on
and
something he wrote. I
Travolta
guess.
thought it was going to be great, and
Yeah.
please.
It was his swan song.
Speaking of food, we got this before we leave today.
You be the judge. Is it a simple snack or a sign from above?
A Dallas
They bring out a
couple
piece of
said
shit
they
on a plate.
found the Son of God in a bag of Cheetos. They insist the Cheeto.
Son of God is now in Cheetos. He moves
Yeah.
around with the food.
He
product.
does. Jesus Christ.
He gets bored.
Yes, Jesus.
Imagine if Christ did do that and he started saying, "Let the Jews eat Fritos. Let the Jews have Doritos." But he would have Cheetos.
Of course.
They all rhyme. I didn't realize that. Boo. Cheetos, Fritos, and Doritos. Aren't they neato? I'm very tired right now.
Boo-os.
I know. That's a boo squared.
I got a plan.
Yeah, I got a plan, too. You hit a button.
Exactly.
No, but
I got a plan,
Oh,
too.
I
Get on the
understand.
train and then shit as soon as I walk in my house. A turkey chili fucking...
Oh, between those ribs and the turkey chili.
Yeah.
Wow.
got
Those ribs are so good.
pack up your shit. It's packed. All right, because we have like literally a 30-second leeway from hitting that button in a meeting. So what we're gonna do is, when everyone's shit is packed up, give me the signal.
Are we going to break
I point
left
to
or
Dan.
break right?
Dan points to Travis. Travis does what he does beautifully.
Do we break
and
left
we
or
get
right?
the fuck out of
It's important. Break left or right?
What are you, high left always?
We break left.
Right is toward
Right's
The
bad.
suits.
evilness.
Yeah.
I have a feeling when I shit, it's going to look like the first half hour of Saving Private Ryan.
They They insist the Cheeto in question bears a striking resemblance to a praying Jesus dressed in a robe. They are, of course, considering putting it up on eBay because that's what everybody does in these situations.
Why is it on the
but
news?
If the price is not right, they say they might just eat it. Now, of course, they've got a nickname for the thing. And it's a fairly clever one. They call the 2-inch tall snack Jesus.
Jesus. That
so much turkey chili just left Opie's mouth.
You can't do the laugh with an entire mouthful of turkey chili.
I actually was debuting my new laugh there.
Why? It's a new one?
Yeah.
What is it?
I did it already.
It's called the turkey chili laugh. You need a big thing of turkey chili to ever do it.
All right.
As long as you didn't steal my new laugh.
Dan, can you open that door?
That's the one I want to do. The cowardly lion one, like fucking, like douche chill fucking Tourette's. That's a Cheeto in the shape of a cock.
That's right.
Holy shit!
How come that's not on the menu?
That's called a Steve-O.
You ready? Hold on.
Red Eye Tonight.
Let me throw this away. No evidence of our being here.
Oh my God. He started the walk. It's a long hallway, so we got about 15 seconds.
Here we go. Ready?
I don't know.
I'm taking a drink of water.
All right.
Okay, I'm good.